With time, a tradition will get tested. The rigors of a grueling football season alone can take a toll. But over the course of time, a tradition forces tests that get answered on Friday nights. For Walled Lake Western, a tradition of excellence has been established. The two-time state champion Warriors have made the playoffs 18 of the last 19 years. Meanwhile, the Cougars of South Lyon East stroll into this game with their best start in program history. For a school that's existed for just 15 years, South Lyon East has had less time to shine. The test tonight for both teams offers no shortcuts or curves to remain unblemished in the LVC. Despite a lopsided history in the series, the objects in this game may be closer than they appear. Both teams offer uber offensive skill and defensive toughness and physicality. Can the Warriors keep up their winning ways in Walled Lake? Or will the Cougars get a road win that takes their historic season to new heights? A Lakes Valley Conference showdown of unbeatens is loading. And now, live from Walled Lake, it's time for the Preps coverage of Metro Detroit's best high school coverage on Gridiron Game Day.
You are looking live at Warriors Stadium, the host site of Week 4 Gridiron Game Day. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Glad to be with you back in familiar territory.
All right.
The top two teams in the LVC, both 3-0, trying to stay on top. One you expected to be here in Walled Lake Western, another one in South Lyon East. A surprise story, a feel-good story, Stick, in the LVC. This is something that you have to be excited about. Fans are seeing two teams go at it and try to remain on top of this great league.
Yeah, anytime you get two undefeated teams going at it, even though they're only 3 games into the season, they're the only 2 undefeated teams left in this league. So we're getting a head-to-head matchup of number 1 versus number 1A, and they're going to decide it tonight on the field who gets to claim that number 1 spot outright. And it's going to be a very interesting matchup tonight. Like you said, the new kid on the block versus the guy that's kind of established and been here with the program. It's going to be fun to watch.
Both these teams are led by second-year head coaches. Walled Lake Western is led by some talented players. So is South Lyon East. Maybe not guys you've heard about as much, but look, the impact players for South Lyon and the Cougars, they're led by a couple of guys that really have been senior leaders in a big senior class. That's what this team's all about.
Yeah, for South Lyon, they definitely have a lot of senior leadership on this team. And when we look at their impact players, you got to look at also their wide receiver, Jordan, number 11. We're going to see a lot out of him, like 9 receptions, 200 yards, several touchdowns in his on the season. He is a big-time player, 5 touchdowns to be exact. And then when we're looking at South Lyon East and their impact player, you flip on over to the defensive side of the ball, and you have Jaden. Jaden is just like he is everything that they need on defense, right? He's also a wide receiver. When you switch over to the other side of the ball, he's fast. He can cover a lot of ground, and he is by far their best defender and also a varsity baseball player, too. So an athlete, to say the least.
No doubt. You look at the other side of the ledger, and Kory Cioroch's kids are talented, too. Maybe the best quarterback and receiver combo in the state of Michigan. And these two guys are really electric when you look at what they have. We'll start with Darius Taylor for Walled Lake Western.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you say about Darius Taylor? In game 1, he had like 345 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's a whole season for a lot of kids that ever play in the MHSAA, but that was game 1 for him. So he's the guy that you're going to have to be focused on. He's got 10 touchdowns total on the season, 784 yards, plus 121 yards receiving. I mean, he's just going all out, and I think is that his mom right in front of us, right? Is that his big head? Yes. I'd be representing my son like that, too, if my son was putting up those types of numbers. So it's going to be fun having her in front of us this entire game. And then you look at their defender as well, Michael Bailey. He's their best defensive player, and, you know, he flips over to the other side of the ball, too. He's just a good player. Fast, speed, that's what Walled Lake Western does.
Walled Lake Western has won quite a bit. 18 of their last 19 seasons, they found themselves in the playoffs. They're under a second-year head coach, Kory Cioroch. He came over from Farmington. He brought over John Bechtel, his former head coach. He now runs the defense this year. It's a familiar feel, and in the second year, the Western's kind of elevated their game. A fast 3-0 start, a close game against Walled Lake Northern. Both teams, that's their only common opponent. But otherwise, I mean, when you have Taylor and you have Drew Viotto, you've got a running back quarterback combo that you can win a lot of games with.
Yeah, and that's the key to victory for them, honestly. They just got to keep with it and get those guys involved. But Walled Lake Western, they got the historic program. They have the state championships under their belt, so they have that pedigree. Even though it's a second-year coach, you can still walk the halls and feel the pride of the program, right? South Lyon East, they're trying to get those trophies in the hallways. They're trying to be the ones that set that legacy, so when other kids are walking through the halls years down the road, that they're like, man, those are the guys that put us on the map.
Yep, just 15 years of operation for South Lyon East. They're trying to make a program statement tonight in Walled Lake. We're back. This is Gridiron Game Day. We are the Prep.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Jacob Topp, grew up in Strongsville, Ohio, and this is my second year coaching here. Yeah, it's been great. You know, really excited for the kids, really excited for the school and the community. Obviously, everybody's excited about the success we've had so far this year. A long year to go, but everybody's been really supportive and really excited about it. Yeah, so actually I was born in Kalamazoo, so I was born in Michigan, went to college up here in Michigan, so I feel like I got a little dual citizenship. But, you know, honestly, when I got out of college coaching, I wanted to get back here. I'll be a little closer to family and friends. Most of my extended family's in the state. A lot of my close college friends are in the, you know, right in the metro area. So it was important to me because it really does feel like home to me. It feels like home, and I'm really excited. South Lyon has been nothing but welcoming. It's been great, very supportive. Our community loves football, and you know they're excited about our team right now, and you know I'm excited for them. Yeah, and so they've been great, not only within the season but in the off season as well. Been really pleased with them. They do a great job leading by example initially, and then bringing guys along. But they do a great job in terms of trying to adhere to and preach the same message the coaches are pushing, and they do a great job with it. And the guys obviously rally behind them. They're good football players. They're good leaders, and so you know they're easy guys to follow. And you know hopefully guys are falling in line with them. They're doing a good job. I don't know. Does that exist? Relaxing activity that's not football. It's not teaching. Being a dad. I still like to play sports, playing basketball, playing golf. You know, I still enjoy doing those things, being around family and friends. But you know, I don't necessarily have like a hobby per se. I'm not out there whittling or fly fishing or anything like that. Recently, baseball. How about that one? I mean, like recently the Tigers, right? I mean, the Guardians have been okay the last decade. Maybe, you know, had a couple years in there that weren't great, but you know, the Tigers had a heck of a run there for a while. But recently, the Tigers. How about that one? Very talented football team, well-coached football team, very physical. You know, they run a lot of two-back run game at you, a little old-school American football, and they do a really nice job with it. They have some big guys up front that maul you a little bit. They have a tailback that's very talented, a quarterback that's very talented, and they're always usually in the right position. They put their guys in good position to have success, and it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that. I don't think anybody's surprised by, you know, the season they're having thus far. Everybody sort of picked them preseason as, you know, the winners, and so I don't think it's surprising anybody in terms of the success they're having so far.
Kory Cioroch. Last year was my first year, so it's my second year at Walled Lake Western. We just wanted to play more consistently as a team. And we don't really talk about, you know, winning specific games or what, championships we want to win. We talked about playing and preparing like champions every day. And we've been doing that. So that we have a lot of firepower. We have a lot of returning offensive linemen that had a lot of experience last year, which is still pretty young, but we're big physical offensive line. Obviously got a Division I quarterback, Division I tailback, and some really good receivers. So, you know, we can hit you in all different areas. I like to fish. I like to golf, even though I probably haven't golfed but one or two times this whole summer. and spend time with my family. Got a newborn baby. She's 6 months old. So I think the football community in general, all the way down to the Braves program, you know, the years of success here in Walled Lake Western through many different coaches, you know, is lasted through, and I think the support in the building and just the support of the community football-wise is big time. Very well coached, obviously tough kids, you know, really quality scheme on both sides of the ball, and you know, they got some game breakers too. A lot of really well-coached teams, a lot of tough teams, and you know, every week you're playing a big game.
I think our most memorable moment was during the season. We actually lost to Walled Lake Central before, so when we beat them in the LVC, we were just really proud of our team, and it showed that we improved a lot.
The most memorable moment would probably be placing in the top 3 for varsity and JV, and that's really exciting because that just shows that we can even do better this year's LVC.
Hi, I'm here with Anna Laston. She's on the basketball team. So what was the most memorable moment of the LVC championship?
Probably getting the trophy because it was the second year that we won it in school history.
I'm Lexi Ayala with the Preps chef extraordinaire, Marty Malatin. Marty, I also heard that you played some youth football. Tell me about who you played youth football with and who you beat.
Union Lake Hawks, my squad. Walled Lake Braves, this is many years ago. Chad Gerbil, 22, CB up in the booth. Samuel Stick Day, allegedly, were on this team. I don't remember them. They probably didn't play much. I played both sides of the ball, domination. If anybody played ball around here, you know. Once you're up by too much, you got to leave the game. I only got to play a handful of plays against them because we were always up by a lot. But they gave their all, and I'm proud of their efforts, and I'm happy to see what they've become. I'm happy to be a part of all of this. It's phenomenal.
He's the guy. This is the guy, not just a chef extraordinaire, but football extraordinaire as well. Who do you got tonight? Who's going to win it all?
Got it. Walled Lake all day. We're in the homeland, my homeland. Walled Lake, Warriors all night. Roll.
This is where Marty Malatin played and dominated, so he's got Walled Lake Western. Chad, Stick, back to you guys.
Oh, man. Poor Lexi. Thank you so much. Alexi Ayala, a third member of our crew with Chef Marty. I don't remember him dominating as a Union Lake Hawk. We, of course, were Walled Lake Braves back in the day.
Of course.
We played on this field. Marty thinks that we'll sort that out later, but this does bring back good memories for you, does it not, this field?
Definitely, man. Just walking up the parking lot. It's weird, though. They switched sides. But, yeah, it's great to be back at Walled Lake Western.
We've got a great game on tap tonight. First, we're going to step aside for the national anthem. We're back. This is Gridiron Game Day.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Welcome back to Warriors Stadium. Chad Bush and Sam Stick Day with you. This is Gridiron Game Day. This is Week 4. South Lyon East visiting Walled Lake Western. Both teams 3-0. the Lakes Valley Conference, 2 top teams. Sam Stick Day, what are the keys to victory?
Well, let's start with the visiting team, South Lyon East. Their key to victory, their quarterback, Nico Campo. He's got to control the offense. The coach says he has several years under center, so he knows the tempo, he knows the pace, and he has complete control of the offense. It needs to be on display today. And their seniors continue to have to set that legacy. We talked about a little bit earlier in the pregame show. These are the guys that are pioneering football, essentially, for South Lyon East, already winning half the games as their record team does 3 games into a season. And then we switch over to Walled Lake Western, and it's a simple recipe for them. You got to get Taylor going early and often. We mentioned game 1, 345 yards, 6 TDs. You got to get that guy going. Get him the ball. I don't care when, how, just do it. And then the D has to stay strong. Over the course of their last 3 games, they just keep cutting the point total in half. First game, 26. Next game, 12. Last game, 7. This game, I'm predicting 3.5 points scored, Chad. So if the D can stay strong, it's going to be a good game for Walled Lake Western.
I like it. You're a man of trends, and why wouldn't you be? We are set for kickoff. Walled Lake Western has a solid kicking game. Both teams have a very good kicker. And this is number 42 to boot it. This is Max Kirk, the sophomore. He'll kick it left to right and back deep for the Cougars is the ever-dangerous number 11, Jordan Newbill, and number 3, Drew Moyer. It's the up man that'll take it here across the 35. This is good field position. And taken by number 22, that's Evan Houston. As we get set to see this South Lyon East offense, an offense that has quite a bit of versatility, very balanced, and a pro-style spread offense. And they're led by the guy that you talked about, Nico Campo. I know you really like him. You've seen him on film, Stick. What is it that really stands out that you like mostly about the 6'2 senior?
Well, when you see him, he's almost like your prototype quarterback, right? He's big, he's tall, he stands strong, and he's got good action. When he hits that back foot, he's normally hitting his release right on time.
All right. First play underway from the 38, handoff left side. This is the tailback. He's a good one. This is Dadrico Pfizer, the 5'10", 210-pound senior, who had a couple of touchdowns against Mott in East Win over Mott. You get a look at that backs and receivers. It's Angelo Laduraj, one of the seniors at tight end, had a touchdown last week. Jordan Newbill, the guy to watch there, 9 receptions, has 5 touchdowns on the year. Moyer and Schuer also good ones. Rolling right, looking deep, got a man open, caught. It's Newbill, and they'll never get him. South Lyon East is on the board first. Touchdown, Cougars. 59-yard touchdown pass from the senior Campo to Jordan Newbill, his 6th touchdown of the year. He had 2 touchdowns last week, and the Cougars have silenced this Walled Lake crowd here at Warrior Stadium.
Yeah, you love this play call. Roll the pocket, give your quarterback a little bit of time. All the wide receivers flooding one side of the field and just wide open, able to beat his coverage. Can't get much easier than that on the first drive.
Phil Hart with a snap, Roslinski with a hold, and the kicker, Owen Stuckey, knocks it through. It's 7-0 Cougars. With a quick strike, short series, and a big toss, a 59-yard touchdown toss. It took just 2 plays, Stick. And wow, this Cougar team, experienced, senior laden, they come in here and make a statement first. You surprised?
No, not surprised. That's exactly what we were talking about with Nico Campo, their quarterback. He's seen situations. He's been in plenty of games under center. So coming into a hostile environment on the road isn't something that's foreign to him, and he shows up very big on his first pass.
So, just like that, a big bite. Walled Lake Western has owned this series. They've won 6 times. They've only played 6 times. The series they began in 2012. South Lyon East didn't even start playing football till 2008. It's a new school that opened in 2007. So Western has won every game they've ever played in this history. The Cougars want to get back at them, and they show early that they're poised to make a punch.
Yeah, and do you think that's something Coach covers in the locker room before the game? Like, listen, guys, the longer a streak goes, the closer it is to coming to an end, right?
Jacob Topp is the second-year head coach, the Strongsville, Ohio native, and a guy who has been a winner at almost every stop. He won 40 straight games in college at Grand Valley as a player and won a couple of national titles. Won a state title at Country Day in high school. So there's a short kick. It's taken by the up man at the 28-yard line. And a tackle immediately. It's taken by the up man. Taken by number 7. So here comes the Walled Lake Western offense, an offense that puts up 38 points a game. The offensive coordinator is the head coach, Kory Cioroch, and they're led by Drew Viotto, the University of Minnesota commit, the Eastern Michigan flip. I know you really like Drew, the big-armed quarterback for Walled Lake Western.
Yeah, big, strong guy, leader. He's athletic. Like you said, already committed to Minnesota. And him and Darius Taylor combined, is there a better quarterback, running back situation in the state?
I don't know. It's hard to find. I'm sure there's arguments for that, but these guys are certainly in the discussion, and they might be. Drew Viotto turns and gives. It's to Taylor. As we get a look at the Walled Lake Western backs. And introduced to Darius Taylor, All-State a year ago. This is a guy with 10 touchdowns right now. 10 touchdowns. Nate Fetch, the fullback. Dylan Smith, the talented tight end, also a basketball player. Michael Bailey, a potent wide receiver. Jackson Lippert, also solid at receiver. And Daryl Hollywood Jones, who came over in the offseason from Southfield A&T, checks in as the third wide receiver. Give is up the middle. It's a first down. They only needed 2. And they moved the sticks in just 2 plays. That's Darius Taylor, the Minnesota commit.
Yeah, what do we say? Get them going early and often. That's exactly what you do behind this big offensive line.
Yeah, it is. Liam Vaughn, the sophomore, brothers at Wisconsin. Ethan Baskin at left guard. Skylar Garmo, look at that mustache. It was fun visiting with him this week. Morgan Martinez, a 3-year guy on varsity. Joseph Dobeck, and he's a good one at right tackle and just a junior. Viotto play action, looking left side, got a man on the out route, caught near the first down marker. The catch is made across the way, and that's number 3. And that is Ryan Boyce. Ryan Boyce, the wide receiver, on a nice out route. And Viotto shows off that cannon arm.
Yeah, and that's when Walled Lake Western is going to be very dangerous, when they can mix it up between the pass and the run. Because when you have a weapon like Taylor, you expect them to run. When they get little plays like that, 2nd and 2, now the whole playbook opens up.
No doubt. Dashner and Porter up front for South Lyon, along with Ladure. Rolling right. Taylor's in trouble, finally goes down. Tackled by their best. That's number 24. That's Jaden LaPerna, who leads them now with 14.5 tackles. Stick highlighted him in the pregame. You see the sideline-to-sideline movement there, partner.
Yeah, you see it on him, but then you look at Darius Taylor being able to use his lateral quickness and able to beat him there just to pick up the first down.
It's enough to move the chains. Toth, along with DeGrazia, LaPerna, and Marzak is that linebacker unit. Viotto with a pitch left to Darius. On the run left side. He had 345 yards in their week 1 demolishing of South Lyon. An impressive win. Let's look at the defensive backs for the Cougars. And this is an experienced back end. And it's featured with Fannin, Newbill, Gash, and Moyer. Caleb Gash, his father Sam Gash. Of course, a former NFLer, Super Bowl champion. Former Detroit Lion assistant coach. Moyer, a reliable one at the safety spot right next to him. And Newbill, of course, who's already in the end zone, one of the best athletes in the LVC. 2nd and mid. Play action again. They love play action. Floated outside. Tight end caught. It's a first down up to the 30-yard line. That's the tight end Dylan Smith, who's an all-league basketball player as well. And Stick, I know you like him and his nice size.
Yeah, and that is just a smooth play for Walled Lake Western. Obviously, you're running it with Taylor, so you get them to bite on the play action. But there was no rush in the throw from the quarterback, and Dylan Smith wide open running through the defense. That play could be there all day for Walled Lake Western.
Sure could. Taylor 4 rushes for 20 yards thus far. And through the air, just 19 yards for Western. Hand and give up the middle. Tackled in the backfield. I think that's LaPerna that got in there early. Now check that, it's 44. That's Jack Topp, the outside linebacker.
But even on a play like that doesn't seem like much. Look, they got 4 or 5 yards. You're looking at 2nd and 6 right now. And that was a good play for South Lyon East on defense, stopping Taylor to that gain.
Walled Lake Western on offense, kind of a gap scheme run team, very balanced with the run and the pass. At least that's what they want to do. They were a bit run heavy, Coach Cioroch said in weeks 1 and 2. They love the play action. We've seen it already a few times tonight. Kory Cioroch, the head coach, is the OC. Play action again. Looking deep, down the middle, got a man in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Warriors! How about it? Boyce, end zone, touchdown. And we're almost tied at Warrior Stadium.
Here reacted, and that was a nice play too. Multiple options open on this. If you watch the fullback 44, he's open in the flat. The quarterback chooses to go to Boyce, and nice touch over the defender, right over his shoulder for the touchdown.
Ryback with a snap. Boyce with a hold. He's had a big drive and a big game already, and the extra point is good by Max Kirk, and we're tied at 7. We'll take a timeout from Warrior Stadium. In Walled Lake, we got a burner already on Beck Road. Buckle up, baby. We are the Prep.
Everything about this district is special. I love it here. The community is really awesome. Everyone supports each other, whether it's staff, students.
It has so much to offer. We want to support the parents. We want to support the kids. We try to make everything as engaging as possible.
Welcome back to Walled Lake. His name is Sam Stick Day. He once played Walled Lake Braves football on this field for many, many years. He learned how to play football on this field. He's glad to be back. Kirk with a kickoff after he nailed the extra point, taken by the up man. And the up man is number 22. That's Evan Mustin. He's had a couple of returns. He's across the 30. Let's take another look deeper in that drive. It was a drive that lasted 4 minutes and 12 seconds. It was 8 plays and 69 yards and into the end zone. The pass to Ryan Boyce from Drew Viotto. 26-yard touchdown pass for Viotto. That's his 4th of the season. Let's take a look at the backs receivers. Pfizer, the tailback, he's a fine one. That's the tight end, Ladou Raj. He had a touchdown last week in the win over Mott. Newbill is their best offensive player at wide receiver. Drew Moyer, a fine senior slot as well, and Schuler, the other wide receiver. This is the backup tailback who gets the call. You recall that South Lyon East Stick had just a 2-play drive, and they had a 59-yard touchdown pass, a big play. We have yet to really see their full offense on display.
Well, they came out swinging, and that's what you want to do against a team like Walled Lake Western. When it's 2 undefeated teams going at it, you want to give them your best shot right off the bat. Now, the second drive is also going to be very important for them, especially since they let up the touchdown to Western right after their quick touchdown.
Dashner, Porter, Skirdo, Atkins, and Cowie up front. Dashner, a good one. This is the quarterback rolling, Nico Campo, and Campo gets banged down just in front of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and long. Great pursuit that time by a thirsty front by the Walled Lake Warrior defense.
Yeah, great pursuit, but also that's almost a coverage sack as well. If you look down the field, every single wide receiver had a man on top of them. So just overall great team defense by Walled Lake Western.
Tackled by Liam Vaughn, the sophomore, of course, the brother of the Wisconsin linebacker Aiden Vaughn, who we saw last year play against Lakeland in our final game of the year. First round of the playoffs. Warriors advance to beat the Eagles.
Cold, rainy nights.
That's right. We will ever forget that one. Campo back to pass, out route caught. It's Newbill again, who's loose, has a first down and more, still on his feet, out of bounds to the 45. Move the chains again. Newbill is electric. 2 touchdowns last week, and you're seeing why he's being talked about as the MVP of this league.
Oh, and that's the thing. If you're Walled Lake Western, he's burnt you deep once, so you do not want him to get behind you. So what do they do with him? They run him on a simple crossing route across the entire defense, let him use his speed that way, laterally.
Beat Hollywood Jones on the play, move the chains. It's a pass completion of 23 yards on the play. South Lyon already is gained Western in this game, 86-69. The give is up the middle, and it's Campo. Campo is going to take it himself. There is no give. Sometimes you got to give, sometimes you got to take, and Campo could do a couple things. He's a two-way guy.
Yeah, well, you got to give it up to the offensive line. Look at that hole. I mean, anybody could have run through that hole, but he does a great job once he gets through. Shout out to Portner, Atkins, Cowie, Dashner, those guys putting in work.
A lot of 3-year varsity guys up there, Stick. This is an offense, pro-style spread. They want to run, they want to be balanced, but, I mean, look, they've been able to have their way early. How much does confidence help you here?
Confidence is everything when you're playing football, right? If you believe, you can get it done.
1st and 10 here. Comeback route caught. Short gainer. It's caught by Drew Moyer. All Lakes Valley Conference and hoops. A lot of these guys are 3-sport athletes, too. Not many of those around anymore. A lot of them are littered in the Cougar lineup. Rachiel in the linebacker spot along with Ragnar and Bailey. For Western, Bailey maybe their best. He also doubles as a wide receiver. And then on the back end, it's Lippert. Daryl Hollywood Jones, who we saw last year with Southfield A&T. Joey Hawkins and Darius Taylor at a safety spot. Always got to feel good to have Taylor back there. How many guys going to blaze by him?
Yeah, he can cover some ground.
Handoff left side and nobody around. The cutback inside the number, still on his feet, down to the 1. My goodness. That's Caleb Gash. And Gash is down to the 1 with a nifty run by Gash. No more for his defense, but Stick here. This is a big-time play.
Well, and once again, you got to hand to South Lyon East offensive line. Look at that seal that they had. He hit the edge, hit the corner really well, and was almost able to get it into the end zone on a great run.
The follow-up, hurry-up run is not through the end zone. And the stout defensive line up there for Walled Lake Western holding suit. That's Liam Vaughn and Farid Sagman, a raw, talented guy that bench presses 350 pounds. Just a sophomore. He came in and Coach Kory Cioroch said, "What year did you graduate?" He said, "Coach, I'm a freshman." He says, "Oh, well, welcome. Let's go."
Little power look in the backfield.
Did he cross? Did he get in? He did. Touchdown Cougars, who come right back on 2nd down and answer up the middle. It's the quarterback, Campo. Touchdown Cougars.
And I mean, that ball was about as close to a goal line as you could get. The quarterback sneak, I always prefer that play when you're that close. I never understood why a lot of coaches like to take the ball, hand it off 3 yards backwards. Just dive forward with your big linemen that have been controlling it the entire drive.
Tyler Skirdo leading the way. The kick is up and good. Philhart to Roslinski, and the kick through by Stuckey. 14-7. We'll take a timeout from Walled Lake Stadium. We've got a high-scoring barn burner at Walled Lake with 3:05 to go. We've already seen 3 touchdowns. We are the Prep. This is Gridiron Game Day.
I think our most memorable moment was during the season we actually lost to Walled Lake Central before, so when we beat them in the LVC, we were just really proud of our team and it showed that we improved a lot.
The most memorable moment would probably be placing in the top 3 for varsity and JV, and that's really exciting because that just shows that we can even do better this year's LVC.
Hi, I'm here with Anna Laston. She's on the basketball team. So what was the most memorable moment of the LVC championship?
Probably getting the trophy because it was the 2nd year that we won it in school history.
Welcome back to Walled Lake Western as they are taking on South Lyon East. Score is 14-7 right now. The visitors on top, getting set to kick off, Chad.
Thank you, Sam Stick Day. East will kick right to left. The visitors looking for their first win in the series in their 7th all-time meeting. The Cougars scored first, led 7-0. Back came the Warriors. This ball's going to go out of bounds. The pooch kick dwindles out. That last drive for South Lyon East lasted 4 minutes and 3 seconds, and eerily similar. 8 plays, 69 yards, the exact play and distance of the Walled Lake Western series. And it took 4 minutes and 3 seconds, just 8 seconds less. So into the end zone with the touchdown on the quarterback sneak, Owen Stuckey.
Yeah, and both teams have been very balanced and efficient with the football. So they're very similar drives, except for obviously the first one on the 2 plays and the long touchdown. But you're looking at the quarterbacks 3 for 3 on attempts and completions. Plays a little bit different in yardage, but it just seems like tempo and what they're doing and how they're calling the plays are very similar. I mean, look at the running plays, too. 5 and 7. So it seems like the tempo is just very similar on each side of the ball. It's the defensive sides that got to come to the plate now.
And they are very similar teams. The coaches kidded each other and said, hey, we look at other schools, how they play you guys, because we play the same way. You know, pro-style spread offense, and both coaches like play action. They like, you know, the run gap scheme. And it is a similar style offensively, and defensively similar thing too. They want to be aggressive. They'll take their chances, but it's a very aggressive style defense. 3-4 versus 4-3, but still the same things you want to accomplish.
Yeah, it's like that Spider-Man meme on the internet when they're pointing at each other. They're almost the same team.
Yeah,
a few different elements though.
Sure. So here we go. Walled Lake Western in the I formation, under center. Viotto. Don't see under center often. Little old school look there. This is the kid that's Taylor, and he has a healthy gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, not only a healthy gain, look how low he gets when he is turning that corner and running. That is why he's able to run over the defender. I mean, we know the rules. Low man wins in football, and once he planted that foot and got that low, it's tough to tackle.
Sure is. Taylor, the Minnesota commit. He has the fullback in front of him. He's a good one, too. Don't lose sight of Nate Fetch, the senior. Enough for the first down there across midfield. Taylor gets the pill again. This time it's a gain of 8, chunks of 7, chunks of 8. Chunk plays is part of what Western does. They've done a lot on the ground of chunk plays, and also they can do it in the air.
Well, you mentioned Fetch right before that play, and he gets a huge seal block, so Taylor was able to get by him and pick up those yardage. So it's all about the team doing their job of the man right in front of them.
The line is steady up front, too, with Vaughn, Baskin, Garmo, Martinez, and Dobek. Play action here. Dump pass down to the fullback and nothing doing. A TFL by the best Cougar they've got on the defensive side. That's Jaden LaPerna, the senior.
Yeah, I thought that was a quick read by the quarterback. He had number 18, I believe, for Walled Lake Western running further down the field. There he is right there. Oh, number 13, my fault. When you had Dylan Smith wide open down the field, I think he just went through his progressions too quick, went to the check down too early.
Yep. So 2nd and long, a Western, a rare behind the sticks. Pitch right side, not yet. Timeout, Kory Cioroch. We'll take a timeout with them.
Western calls timeout.
From Warrior Stadium with a $1:32 left in the first. An action-packed first quarter. This is Gridiron Game Day, Week 4 action. We are the Prep.
Say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time, right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become.
Second and long, handoff, and hit at the line. So the Cougar defensive front, stout. And getting in there is Tristan Porter, the 5'10", 240 fire hydrant. He got a little bit lower. It's third and long.
Yeah, once again, low man wins in this game. And now a big third down. Really the first big crucial down in this ball game. And South Lyon can get the ball back. They got to be feeling pretty good about themselves.
I would say so. Western 0 for 1 on third down tonight. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Drew Viotto, the Minnesota commit. His future roommate to his right, Taylor. Here comes the blitz. Viotto in trouble, takes off, and gets the first down. Fought to get to the 39. It's close. And they are going to give him a first down. So how about it? Drew Viotto with an 11-yard run. He's a little more athletic than folks might think.
They are giving him the first down. I was looking at the official coming from the top of the screen. He had it marked maybe a couple inches short, but the official from the bottom, it looks like they're spotting it on his spot, and they gave him the first down. What a play by the quarterback, because South Lyon East brought the pressure, and he was able to beat it.
He is, and athleticism with Drew is abundant. I mean, he has some escapability. You're not going to run a ton with him, but he's a threat in the play action.
Well, and you saw the strength attached to that mobility,
That's
too.
right.
Because at the end, he was able to carry a tackler with him for an extra couple yards.
Yep. He was seen by Kurt Cioroch. And Cioroch, the offensive coordinator for Minnesota, saw him at a summer camp. And it was enough to get Viotto to commit and flip Eastern Michigan. And Chris Crichton, the fine head coach at Eastern Michigan, and nothing against him and his staff. I mean, the Big Ten guy offered you, and you knew the secret of Drew Viotto was going to get out at some point. And he committed to Minnesota, so he'll be there with his best friend, his buddy Darius Taylor, a nice little gig. Stick around with another teammate.
Competing for that little brown jug against Michigan year after year.
Row the boat.
Yeah, PJ Fleck up there now, too.
That's right. We'll take a timeout, step aside, 14-7 Cougars. This is Gridiron Game Day, Week 4. We are the Prep.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Hand off to Taylor. Taylor with a big gainer. On 2nd and 4, he got more than enough. LaPerna finally got him, but not before he reached the 20-yard line. LaPerna will limp off. Take a note of that. And the Warriors are inside the red zone, partner.
I am a big fan of Darius Taylor's running style. The way he leans forward constantly. He's not an upright runner. He's delivering the hit, and he's got kind of the DeAndre Swift-type legs on him, too. Get him in space. He's got that wiggle.
Yeah, he does. Well built. 6'1", 190. And you know that frame's just going to get bigger. And he can do it all. Started off as a sophomore. All-Stater's a wide receiver. They moved him to running back. I think this kid can do a lot of things. Viotto back to pass. Looking end zone. Got a man thrown and intercepted in the back of the end zone. No, they'll say he dropped it. It was Moyer back in coverage. And Drew Moyer dropped it. He had the pick. It was overthrown. He was looking again for his wide receiver. And Stick, what happened here?
You just kind of overthrew him, and in the end zone, you see South Lyon defender who has it once, has it twice, not able to quite secure it. And that's one of those that's in slow motion when it's in the air. You know that, Chad. You're trying to just grab that oblong football, but it's so tough to get your hands on it.
He was looking again for Ryan Boyce. And, excuse me, 2nd down and 10. Turn and give. Taylor still on his feet, breaks a tackle, gets down near the 10-yard line, and another first down. So chunk run, 7, 8, 9 yards stick. Taylor just doing what he does well between the tackles.
Yeah, and that's got to be nice for Walled Lake Western. You can gamble on first down because on second he's going to pick up 10 and just get you a fresh set of downs. And they put him in motion on the play before that, which was the first time in this game. That's something we're going to have to watch out. He just kind of did an out route to the flat, but it's going to be interesting to see if they do that again.
1st and 10, they'll mark it at the 11. Viotto under center, turns to Taylor. Taylor up the middle, spins down to the 2. Finally wrapped up down there. It was Moyer, the safety, that was in on it, but there's some holes being blown open up front as well.
Yeah, Taylor about 3-4 yards down the field before they even get a hand on him. And he's already tough enough to bring down. You can't give him that running start.
Jack Toth also in there. He's a lacrosse guy. So 2nd down. They can get a first down without a touchdown. Taylor in the backfield. In front of him, the fullback, Nate Fetch. Motion left to right by Boyce. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Taylor. And we're an extra point away from being tied again. Western with an answer.
And when something's worked, what do you keep doing? You keep doing it. You make them stop you before you ever turn away. And if they can't show that they can stop Taylor, you just keep handing the ball, and handing him the ball, because you know he can carry that load like he did game 1 when he had 300 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Extra point is up and good. Fine hold by Ryan Boyce. The kick by Max Kirk. We're tied at 2 touchdowns aside. Early 2nd quarter. Let's go down to the sidelines. And our fine 3rd member of this crew, Lexi Ayala, is standing by.
Thanks, Chad. These two teams have a lot more in common than just the score. Warriors head coach Kory Cioroch actually told me that he jokes all the time with Cougars head coach Jacob Topp about how they constantly watch each other's film just to see how other teams square up against an offense and a defense that they both share. However, they have a lot more in common than just the way they coach as well. They're both new dads. Coach Cioroch is the father of a 6-month-old baby, and Coach Topp is a new father of a 4-month-old baby. And they said that's all they do in their free time is learn the ropes of being a new dad. And Chad, I know you have a little one back at home too, so shout out to all our football-loving dads here.
Shout out to Riley, June, Cade, and yes, my son Anthony Michael, who's 7 months old. And yeah, it's fun at that age. It's a lot of work, especially for an old dad like me. But congratulations to Coach Cioroch, Coach Jacob Topp. They got a lot going on in their lives. They're having great seasons. What a time to be alive in their lives.
Yeah, that's the peak, right? It's 3-0, and you got your newborns.
It's a fun feeling coming home to that.
I put 3-0 first for a reason, though. I don't have kids, so I can say that.
Well, Woodward the pup is. You could argue that. I mean, that's your baby.
He is a tax liability.
only tax liability. Let's take a look at the total yards. Jan and Pat the Stat have been active. Total yards, 134 yards for Western, just smidging out east of South Lyon at 131. But South Lyon's only run 10 plays. Western's run 19. So South Lyon averaging 13 yards a play. It's been a big-time offense for them, Stick. Your thoughts on what the Cougars have gotten done offensively?
Well, they've shown the big play, and they've shown they've been able to grind it out. So we'll see what they do here on this drive.
The guy who has the touchdown on the ground stays on the ground, and he gets about half the yards required for a first down. He's bumped out at his zone 45. And that's the quarterback, Nico Campo, the senior, bumped out of bounds on that far sideline. He can do some things with this legs too, Stick.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You're kind of seeing some of the offenses for both sides, putting some guys in motion, just seeing how the defense is going to respond to it. Expect to see that playing out later in the game because I feel like they're just trying to get a feel. All right, how are they going to defend this? Now we know how to attack it.
Jacob Topp really likes his quarterback, Nico Campos. This guy is just a football guy. Guys gravitate to him. Physically tough kid. He toughens his way here across the 45. And he's short of the first down, going to be about 3rd and 3. Western converging there. Good pursuit that time coming. And number 4 cleaned him off nicely. Joey Hawkins, the safety, with the stop.
Yeah, you just see the pocket collapse. And he tried to get a couple yards out of it. He did, able to keep it to a 3rd and short. So even though that's not the play you want, at least it was a positive play.
That's right. Leaders up front. Nick Dashner, Ethan Cowie, both guys returning starters and seniors. Started last year also on the D-line. Some experience up there. There's a comeback route caught by Newbill. Shakes a man, fights forward, and finally drugged down. And this is a bad man. And he's converted another 3rd down here in Walled Lake. Move the chains. Cougars take another one.
Well, he's shown he can do it on the fly pattern. He's shown he can do it on the crossing pattern. Now he's shown that he can do it on the little hook route right there. And when I see those plays and they're that well timed, you can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver have hit practice a lot on those timing routes.
Working over there against Daryl Hollywood Jones, the former Southfield A&T product.
Great nickname.
Yep. Had a big game last year against Grove. So 5 wide receivers. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, Campo, the senior, looking left side, nothing home. Gonna run, cuts upfield, has some green, has some running room, makes a man miss, has a first down and more. Gain of 16 yards on the shuffle. Almost in the red zone are the Cougars already.
And with Walled Lake, you got to start being frustrated because you're getting to them. You're putting pressure on them. They're just not able to contain. And each time he shoots right up the middle. That time for the biggest gain I think he's had of the game.
I think you're right. Fine blocking downfield. Caleb Gash, who had a nice run with a big block there.
That's when big plays happen, when wide receivers block downfield.
No doubt. So slot left now goes Drew Schuer. Slot right, Gash. The keeper, Campo, up the middle. Down inside the 10 to the 5. The Cougars with the chunk plays here on the road. And it's got Kory Cioroch fired up on that sideline.
And it looks like Campo is going to have to check out of the game, though. He's putting his arm up. We'll see if he stays in.
Get another look here. But yeah,
looks like he caught a little stinger. But you got to love what South Lyon is doing. I mean, a bunch of undesigned quarterback runs were working. So we're like, you know what? Let's design one and see what it does. And they were just able to go right up the middle with it. But you see, grabbing that shoulder right there. I don't know if that's a collarbone, a stinger.
Yeah, something in that region. You're right. Hard to tell. Could be any of them.
But he's staying on the field. Do not question this kid's toughness.
Tougher than a $2 steak at the big boy in Walled Lake. Handoff up the middle, tackled in the back for a loss. Back to the 10-yard line. And that's the defensive end. Converging, covering. Play for Walled Lake Western.
Yeah, you can tell Nico Campo's not right. He just goes down on a knee on the field. And that's kind of why that play was predictable. You knew they weren't going to try to throw with him.
Wow.
This could be a massive blow to South Lyon.
Big time. Campo getting looked at. You called it right away and saw it. And we're going to take a timeout, step aside while they take a look. This is a big, big play. Campo exiting this game. We'll tell you about it momentarily. This is Gridiron Game Day, Week 4 from Walled Lake Western. We're knotted up at 14 for the prep.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Grayson Roslinski is in at quarterback. The handoff is to Pfizer, and he's tackled by Merck. No, I'm kidding. Tackled by the Warriors.
Darius Taylor.
Defensive
body slam.
Safety. How about this? This is a form tackle.
Stick, lock, and lift, just like the Walled Lake Braves teach you.
Nobody knows a stick, better than you, my friend. Tommy Gearhart taught you well.
That's right.
Arnie Gillert and company.
Coach Donahue.
Sure. No flags yet in this game. Knock on wood. We've had a smooth quarter and a half of football. Tied at 2 touchdowns aside from Walled Lake. We had a feeling this Week 4 battle was going to be a good one. Top 2 teams in the LVC doing work. New quarterback is in. That's the story. Grayson Roslinski, the junior, 6'1", 160. Forced into action after the injury. From the quarterback, Campo, into the end zone, overshot him. And took a big hit and paid for it. And the heat was coming from the backside. My goodness. Is that Dylan Smith again?
He's been all over the field. You get pressure right up the middle by big number 73. Just an overthrow. And then, you know, when you're the backup quarterback, you're coming in, you're a little cold. That's a tough throw to make on the run.
Sure was. Heavy pursuit. Also coming from the big boy, chasing him down. Fareed Sagman. So here comes the field goal. It's tipped. It's blocked partially, but it's good enough to get through and break the tie. The point is up and good. It's a field goal for Owen Stuckey out of the snap of Phil Hart and the hold of Roslinski, who leads that team to 3 points. You got to feel good that you have 3 points, Stick. Obviously, great concern right now with what's happened at the quarterback position.
Yeah, it's one of those bittersweet moments, right? You're up 17-14 over your division rival in an undefeated game, but your quarterback was sitting on the sidelines for that last 2 plays. South Lyon East, we'll find out what's going on with the quarterback, Campo, when we get back, but man, oh man, that's got to be a concern for them.
It sure is. We want to tell you all about our good friends at Success Mortgage Partner. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154 and with 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated supports equal housing opportunity. NMLS ID number 130562. This is information only and is not an offer of credit or commitment to lend. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated is to learn more about eligibility for its mortgage products. Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. This is Week 4. We are at Wall Lake Western. South Lyon East is in the end zone after a 4-minute, 33-second drive. But Stick, the storyline is that they lost their quarterback, Campo. Wall Lake Western now gets the ball back.
Yeah, and the report is Campo now has his shoulder pads off and his arm in a sling with some ice on it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm not sure if he'll be returning, but we have an entire halftime, so we'll see.
Yeah, we get a look at the Wall Lake Western sideline. And so this is a big opportunity for Western now, a team that favored in this game, right? And offensively, they haven't been a slouch. They've put up 134 points, 3 of 4 from Viotto. They've run for 89 yards, but this is a signature drive. They need to answer with some points with a quarterback down for the Cougars.
Yeah, this is. They have to respond going into halftime. But honestly, even if they don't here and they're able to just get to halftime down 3, they got to feel good with the reset coming into the second half.
Taylor gets the carry off the right side. It's one of his shorter gains. It's just 3 yards. Tackled on the play by number 33, Dante DeGrazia, 5'10 junior. Viotto 3 of 4 for 45 yards and a touchdown. 26 yards his longest toss. Campo was 4 of 4 for 90 yards when he exited, including his first pass of the night on the second play of the game, a 59-yard touchdown pass to Newbill.
But it wasn't only that, it was how he was using his legs to keep the plays alive and picking up first downs. So don't let just the tossing stats,
No, it doesn't tell at all.
Blur the story of what he was doing on the ground.
That's right. South Lyon East has had the football for twice the amount of time as Wall Lake Western, 12 minutes to 6 minutes. So hide the pigskin. There's other things that we used to say back in the neighborhood in Wolverine Lake, but not audible for the prep.
Good old Wolverine Lake. I passed by my old house coming on in. Figured might as well drive by on the way here off of Meadow.
Spoiler alert, we both grew up in the same neighborhood in Wolverine Lake.
So random.
Hand off up the middle, Taylor, and he is toppled at the 45. You got to get just a little bit lower on Taylor to stop him, but it's a shot rocket and a first down for the future Golden Gopher.
His 0 to 60 is almost immediate. It's 2 steps, and he is going full speed. What an impressive running back Walled Lake Western has.
Caleb Gash with a tackle. Also a all-league lacrosse player is Gash. Viotto back under center, I formation. 2 wide receivers to the left. Straight drop, throwing left and incomplete. Not on the same page that time with his wide receiver who doubles as the linebacker. That's Michael Bailey, the junior.
Yeah, but now we're seeing Jordan Newbill limp off the field as well for South Lyon. So their 2 biggest offensive weapons have gone down within the past 4 plays of this game.
Wow.
That's huge, and he was defending on that pass. And it looks like an ankle.
We'll get another look at this play and try to get an idea of what happened to the star Jordan Newbill, the 2-way defender here.
I think he just came underneath him right there. It was on the turn.
Concern. Yeah, good look there.
Just kind of misplanted the foot and twisted the ankle. Hopefully that's, one of those instant pain reactions, and he's trying to get off the field on his own power right now. So that's a decent sign.
Yeah, that's Ken Smoot, the athletic trainer for South Lyon.
Man, what a blow to South Lyon East. Starting quarterback and starting wide receiver out.
Well, you hope that that's a cramp. And that's a cramp position. And you just hope that that's what it is. So back to the action. 2nd and long for Western. Scoring update, De La Salle 14, Brother Rice 7. That's in the first quarter. Dakota and Stevenson are scoreless. That's also in the first. More scores along the way as we go along. Off the right tackle, there's an explosion off of Mr. Taylor. Continues to churn up the yards.
So tough to bring down. First guy has him. This is going to be either a loss or dead at the line of scrimmage. But nope, bounces off, makes you miss, and all of a sudden I'm 7 yards down the field.
Man. Taylor went for 345 yards in the Week 1 win for the Warriors over South Lyon. He has 10 touchdowns on the year coming in. But 345 in a game rushing is just something. Handoff left side. Did he get it? He did. He needed to reach the 35, and he did indeed. The power of Mr. Taylor with his mama right in front of us with a big head in her hand.
I love that. Nothing better than when you're playing, you look up in the stands and see your mom going crazy.
Yep.
Look at this. He runs over his own man, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to take 7 South Lyon East guys with me and pick up this first down.
Finally tackled down there. Nick Dashner with a tackle, the senior defensive lineman, 2-way guy. A lot of 3-sport stars. South Lyon. This is the backup running back, Carey. This is the freshman who gets the load. And the carry, this is just a freshman, folks. A glance into the future. Donovan Triplett gets the carry. Had a touchdown last week. And he's kind of a miniature version of Darius Taylor. They like this freshman.
I mean, when you can come in the game like that, spell Darius Taylor, and there's Darius Taylor's mama right there.
Hey.
Look at that, holding up that big head. Kind of looked like Trey Songz in that picture, too.
Yeah, look at you in there, too. Look at your big head.
Yeah.
Not quite as...
Mine's life size, which is a problem.
No, it's not. You stop that. Handoff left side. It's a first down. So inside the red zone, they're really starting to get going now. This Western run game, Taylor over 100 yards. And he's now nearing the 1,000-yard mark, and we haven't even played 4 full games. There's a $1:38 to go until halftime.
My goodness. Those are some gaudy statistics. Not even 3.5 games into the season.
It's crazy.
Madden-type numbers. What a beautiful night it is here at Walled Lake Western. Chad, did you notice that they flipped the field? The home side used to be on the other side for Walled Lake Western.
Yeah, you told me about that. I trust you on that.
No, you don't remember playing in those bleachers, underneath those bleachers while the games were going on?
I don't remember dinner last night. I don't remember it well. I trust you. I know you remember everything.
Yes, it's a gift and a curse.
That's what I trust you with, amongst many other things. So, no, I believe that. I just remember running around here, weighing in. Remember you used to have to weigh in
and tap your cup.
Tap your cup.
Let's let them know that you got your cup on.
Had to. The cup is so important. Hey, Walled Lake Western, 3-0. They're in Division 3. They're ranked number 4 in Division 3. We'll take a look at that AP poll that came out. Kory Cioroch in his second year, the former Huntington Woods native and Berkeley High School grad. And there's a ball on the deck. It's loose. There was a whistle for a moment. And was that an inadvertent whistle? It's a fumble. Western does get it back, so that was an odd play.
It was an odd play because nobody wanted to pick up the ball either.
I thought I heard a whistle. I'll tell you what. Okay, well, here we go. No time to waste. Western with a hurry-up. Looking right. Viotto nowhere to go. Great coverage. Fires it down the middle of the field. Caught! The 5-yard line. And a great hands catch. That's Boyce again, his third catch tonight. And Viotto comes right back with a poised throw with a pill.
Yeah, if you weren't impressed with Viotto's arm before that throw, you better be now. My goodness, that was on a rope for about 35 yards in the air. And look at that perfect spiral on the dot, right to Boyce. Beautiful throw.
Was it ever? Western will hustle to the line in the full house. Backfield, Taylor. From the 3-yard line, gets it and converged and chucked down. Tackle for loss. That's a half-yard loss. How about the defense coming up to make a play, saying this is no gimme. This is no two-footer.
Yeah, you got the whole bottom of the field open. It'll be interesting to see if they get Taylor outside or stick with the power.
It's power. It's Taylor twisting. Gets near the goal line. Is he in? Touchdown, Taylor! And the Warriors have regained the lead with 31 seconds to go until the break.
Darius Taylor, have a half, why don't you? And they stick with the power. He goes right up the middle, able to shake his defender. And that's what you practice every day. You set up the dummies right on each side of you, one-on-one competition at the goal line. Who's going to win? Who wants it more? Darius Taylor wanted it more.
Touchdown, Taylor. Western on top, 20-17. Western now with 148 yards rushing as we await the extra point attempt coming up. So it's been a back-and-forth battle. Western trying to take advantage with the Cougars quarterback out. We do have a unsportsmanlike penalty on both teams. It'll offset. Here comes the extra point attempt. Austin Ryback to snap it, the junior. The holder is Ryan Boyce, who's been busy tonight with 3 catches. Max Kirk is the kicker, and this kick is not going to count.
The whistle blew before the kick.
Offsides on the defense. This will be taken. So Kory Cioroch is going to take the penalty stick. That's interesting. And kick it again. Oh, he might have missed the kick. Fair enough. Ali Hamka, the wonderful principal of Walled Lake Western, will join us at halftime. Ali Hamka is in the house, and we'll have him hot on this microphone in just a couple moments. 31 seconds left. Extra point by Max Kirk, and another whistle. There were no penalties all night. Okay, none until 2 minutes ago when Matt Schwartz put those gaudy earphones on his head. What color is that? Those neon, Schwartzy? My goodness. What's the penalty here? What happened, Stick? What's going on?
Defensive encroachment, a little bit of offsides. They'll re-kick.
Okay. We want to thank Chef Marty for the delicious quesadillas tonight.
And the wonderful fairy tales he told.
Yeah. For those, we thank him, too. He's got good jokes. Kirk for the extra point for the third time. There was a hold there they missed, thank God, and it's good. 21-17, Western punches the extra point through. 31 seconds left. We're coming back to Walled Lake. We got a banger on Beck Road. Come on back, won't you? Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day. This is week 4 from Walled Lake Western and Warrior Stadium. His name is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Ali Hamka will join us momentarily. He's the principal of Walled Lake Western. Stick, that drive, the longest of the night for anybody in a scoring drive. 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 10 plays, 59 yards. And the touchdown for Darius Taylor, his 11th of the season.
Yeah, huge response drive for Walled Lake Western going on into the half. We talked about even if they're only down 3, they're feeling good because of the injuries, unfortunately, to South Lyon East going into the half. But now you're going up 4 if everything goes right in these next 31 seconds. And you've completely controlled the offensive side of the ball.
Kick is underway, and this one is squibbed down to the 15-yard line. Well placed, taking up that right sideline. We'd love for you to subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, we are The Prep. Subscribe, like, we're on social media. We're on the gram, TikTok, all of them, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe and like to us. We appreciate it. If you want to become a sponsor, join our team today. info@theprepsports.com. We are The Prep. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Sam Stick Day on color commentary. Your thoughts so far on this game? 21-17, back and forth, 3 lead changes so far. Has it been everything you thought it would be, sir?
Yeah, this is what championship football looks like, right? You come out swinging, you get hit back, you lose a couple players, you show toughness, you stay in the game, and we still got a whole nother half to play.
We do. It is with the backup quarterback, however, for South Lyon East, Grayson Roslinski, the junior, with a lot of responsibility. The quarterback has exited and has been knocked out of this game in Nico Campo, the 6'2 senior who has been hot tonight. And with no penalties for the first, 9/10 of this half, we've seen 5 in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not great with fractions, but I think you're right.
Did you knock on wood or no? Man? I mean, what's happening?
It's interesting to see what South Lyon East is going to do here with their backup quarterback in. I mean, you just hand it off with 31 seconds to go, but they're sitting in the shotgun, so they're giving themselves some options. Do you try it? Do you risk it with the backup quarterback coming in, or are you just happy being down 4 going into half?
You make a good point. It depends on what you want to show.
Right.
Maybe you don't want to show what he has.
That's true,
with 31 seconds left, and you just hand it off. Or maybe you
want to surprise him, right?
I don't know.
We're going to find out. That's the best part about this game.
We are. It's been a passing game thus far that's been driven by South Lyon's Campo, but he's out of this game. We hope he's okay. Lexi Ayala working hard on the sidelines to get answers. We will talk with the head coach, Kory Cioroch, at the break. All 3 timeouts left for Jacob Topp and the Cougars. We'll see what they do. Pfizer to the left in the shotgun, and they will hand to Pfizer, the trusty senior. He'll get tackled, and that'll be the final play, perhaps in the first half, as Kory Cioroch is going to call the dogs off and let the clock roll down.
Yeah, that's one of those, if we bust it and it gets 20 yards, maybe we'll consider going for it, but no, we're happy going into the half. They got to lick some wounds for South Lyon East.
So Lexi Ayala will catch up with Kory Cioroch and get his thoughts this first half momentarily.
Hey, Coach, I got to do an interview real quick. He's ready.
Lexi standing by now. Walled Lake Western leads 21-17 over South Lyon East. Let's go now down to the sidelines to Lexi Ayala, who's down there with Kory Cioroch.
They don't have that, actually. Do they have me still? Coach, You told me before the game that you had to play sound defense in order to win this one. What else do you have to see to keep this win?
We have to play sound defense, which we didn't do the first couple possessions, and we're going to get it fixed, and we're going to play some sound defense in the second half.
What are you going to tell the team at the half?
We've had 3 offensive possessions. We scored on each one. We're shooting ourselves in the foot a little bit. We're giving up big plays. We just got to come together, do our job, and play some sound defense like we said from the beginning.
We knew the South Lyon East team would bring it this year. So what do you think in the first half you had the edge on?
We did it. That's a tough first half. They're a good football team. We're a good football team. We knew we were going into a battle, and it's definitely a battle going into halftime.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck second half.
All right, thank you very much, Lexi Ayala, Kory Cioroch, former Farmington head coach, and his team right now with the lead at the break, 21-17. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, it's the principal of Walled Lake Western, Ali Hamka, will join us. We are the Prep Week 4 Gridiron Game Day from Beck Road. This is Walled Lake Western High School. Back after this.
We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag GBrandUSA. GBrandUSA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back to Warriors Stadium. The Warriors of Walled Lake Western are in the lead at the break. It's been a dandy of a ball game. It saw South Lyon East take a 14-7 lead in the first, but the Warriors would bounce back in the second with a 14-3 advantage. In totality, they have a 4-point lead at the break. And we are joined by the guy who leads it all at this principal, Ali Hamka, the fine principal at Walled Lake Western, joins us. And Ali, welcome to your home. Glad that you have welcomed us here. How about the football team, Walled Lake Western? It's been a fine, long tradition. Talk about, since you've been here, what a source of pride it's been for you in this school.
Absolutely. That's a very good question. I've been here for 5 years, and it's been a phenomenal 5 years. We have a rich tradition of hard work, dedication. We are a gritty school, disciplined, hardworking, and passionate. And so in my experience here, it's been a phenomenal experience in that arena. Not just the football team, but the entire learning community. Our parents are really hardworking, dedicated, and passionate about it.
Let's talk about what other sports. I know football is a big part of it, but athletics and other activities that make Walled Lake Western what it is.
Absolutely. Our band is amazing. As you can hear them in the background right now, our band is quite amazing. It's as well as our music, our overall music and performance department is phenomenal. We have an amazing art department, and our overall academic department is amazing and very diverse. So it's quite impressive.
It must also be nice to have the support that you have from parents, from the community. What do you see in this community that makes them so special in participating in their students' endeavors?
Absolutely. You know, they're down to earth. Our community is down to earth. They're easy to talk to. They're receptive. And they're passionate about our community, and they want us to do well and be successful. And so I have, obviously, I'm very accessible, so we have that relationship where I've heard it all, I've been there and done that, so they're very supportive of me, doing what's best for kids, but also listening, actively listening to what they want, what they need.
We're with Ali Hamka, who's the principal at Walled Lake Western High School. He's in his 5th year here. Yeah. You're from Dearborn, and Dearborn and Walled Lake are 2 different communities. What's it been like balancing that and coming here with your background? How has it helped you to be from Dearborn and coming up to the Northwest Burbs to Walled Lake?
Well, Dearborn is diverse, right? And Walled Lake Western is the most diverse school in the district. So I can relate to the variety of cultural, ethnic, religious backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds, and it's beyond the United Nations. We have people from all over the world here, so it's phenomenal. And so I can relate to it from my Dearborn experience really well, being from that community.
Now, Dearborn, you didn't commit to a school. Which school in Dearborn did you go to high school?
I'm a proud Fordson tractor.
All right.
From the east side for life.
Okay. Coach Sturgalis?
Yep. Back
and
when
company?
I was Coach Sturgalis. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's super. Ali Homka, principal of Walled Lake Western. Any other success stories that you'd like to share that maybe we didn't touch on about your district and about your school? You're competing with other schools in this district, are you not? I mean,
Absolutely.
You've got Central, you've got Northern. How does that all work out? You guys have a friendly competition amongst the schools?
We do have a friendly competition among the schools, but I'll tell you, we're competitive behind closed doors. I want us to win. I'm a very competitive person. I want to be number one, and I'll do whatever it takes. Of course, legitimately, ethically, and morally, whatever it takes. That's for sure. Right, that's how we roll. And altogether, the experience has been. This has been the best experience of my professional career. It's a great place to be.
Well, this has all been topped off here tonight on the Prep. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Ali Homka, good enough to join us in the booth. He's the principal of Walled Lake Western in his 5th year, doing great things. He's led this athletics program, the school, and many, many more successes and wins for you and your program.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet. This is the Prep. This is Gridiron Game Day. It's week 4. We're coming right back with a recap of highlights and scores from around the league. We are the Prep.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
And it was Underwood who started things off, and he found a guy by the name of Dennis Crawford, who folks around these parts know about. But this is Crawford, and this is what he does, explosiveness. He went to 73 yards on that play. It was 6-0 Belleville. 2-point conversion by Bryce Underwood was good. This was an end-around flip, and it was Crawford again. He did it through the air. He does it here on the ground. 23-yard touchdown. PAT two-pointer is good. This is Messiah Amerson for Churchill, who gets in the end zone. And it was a 16-8 game at that point. Churchill cut it in half. But watch out. Andre Thomas took off. 38-yard run up the gut. And the extra point attempt was no good. And then it was Beasley time. Beasley would take in a couple on the ground. This was one of them. This was a 16-yard run. He'd follow that up with a 13-yard run to make it 38-8. That was in a 2-minute drive. And then Bryce Underwood went to Beasley, who had 3 straight touchdowns to end the half. The trifecta complete in the second half before we get out of town. And Belleville's been a great host. We thank you. All right, let's look at the highlights. This is a touchdown, the only one of the third quarter. Underwood got it to Crawford. It was a 6-yard touchdown, and that put him up 52-8. Fine play. Underwood with his 4th touchdown of the game. And then how about this one? Joshua Putman gets in the game, and Nasir Daes with a touchdown from 14 yards. Braden Lane with the extra point. How about this? I mean, there's 7 deep at tailback. Where are these guys coming?
We are back at Walled Lake Western for the Walled Lake Western versus South Lyon East game. About 6 minutes left in halftime. Walled Lake Western leading 21-17. And let's see how we got there. Starting off the game, real quick play. Second play of the game, Nico Campo, 59-yard pass to Jordan Newbill all the way down the sidelines, wide open for the score. And then, of course, teammates coming to celebrate in the end zone, having a good time. Walled Lake Western responds. Drew Viotto, nice pass here to Boyce, a completion of 26 yards to come back. Game tied 7-7 at that point. Then we're looking at a nice run here. Gets about to the 1 yard line for South Lyon East. Almost into the end zone, but not quite. You see it with the reach at the end, but Nico Campo was able to just kind of run it in. It's a quarterback sneak for 1 yard, taken 14-7 South Lyon East. Nico Campo getting some love from the teammates. And then, of course, Darius Taylor using that frame, using that speed, using that strength, getting into the end zone on a 3-yard carry. And that put the game at 14-14. And then here was the big play of the first half for South Lyon East. Quarterback designed run comes up. We're not sure exactly what it was, whether it's his collarbone, shoulder, or whatnot. He was later seen without shoulder pads on and icing that. But South Lyon East was able to kick a field goal to go up 17-14. And then, once again, Walled Lake Western moving the ball all the way down the field. This is a nice play right here. Drives the football once again to number 3, Boyce, getting it down inside the 5-yard line. And then Darius Taylor, easy to punch it in. 4 yards deep, once again, using his strength and his leverage. So that is where we're at. That is how we got here, 21-17, live from Walled Lake, as we are here for the Walled Lake Western South Lyon East game. It's going to be a crazy second half. Stick around. We'll be right back. It's the Prep.
I think our most memorable moment was during the season we actually lost to Walled Lake Central before, so when we beat them in the LVC, we were just really proud of our team, and it showed that we improved a lot.
The most memorable moment would probably be placing in the top 3 for varsity and JV, and that's really exciting because that just shows that we can even do better this year's LVC.
Hi, I'm here with Anna Laston. She's on the basketball team. So what was the most memorable moment of the LVC championship?
Probably getting the trophy because it was the second year that we won it in school history.
There you see South Lyon East during halftime. They are getting ready. We're about 3 minutes away from the second half kickoff here on the Prep. We are live at Walled Lake Western High School for Walled Lake versus South Lyon East. And let's take a look around the state and see what the scores are right now in the second quarter. Brother Rice 14, De La Salle, arguably the number 1 team in the state, 14. They are tied. Romeo up 14-7 on Ike. Second quarter, 5 minutes left there. Stony Creek is up 14-7 on Oxford. That is at the half. King Cass Tech, big game going on downtown. King is up 7-0. Cass Tech on Cass Tech in the first quarter. Grand Blanc 48-0 right now. That is the final over Traverse City West. Dakota, big game over Stevenson at the end of the first quarter. And Clarkston 14-14 at West Bloomfield in the second quarter right now. So that is a quick look around Michigan and your scores. And we got Sterling Heights, Stevenson, Dakota. They are 0-0 right now, according to this right in front of me. Macomb, Dakota, Anchor Bay, 31-7. So lots of scores going on. It's Friday night in Michigan, a beautiful night. I think it's 75 degrees, nice little breeze, perfect night for football. And we are live at Walled Lake Western, where my sister graduated in 1997. Yes, all the way in the 1900s, my sister graduated high school. We are live with the Prep. We'll be back with the second half kickoff live from Walled Lake.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
21-17, Walled Lake Western on top of South Lyon East. South Lyon East in search of their first ever win against Walled Lake Western. And it's their 7th try. Look, some things have changed since we started this game.
Definitely. Especially if you're South Lyon East. I mean, losing your quarterback and your starting wide receiver, we're going to see how they address that coming out in the second half. Because not only, is he your top wide receiver, he's also on the defensive side of the ball.
We've got Lexi Ayala down on the field with head coach Jacob Topp and his thoughts on this second half. Lexi, let's get some words from Jacob Topp.
Coach, any update on the injury with QB Nico Campo?
Yeah, I mean, obviously if he's in a sling, he's probably going to be out for tonight. Past that, we'll see what happens moving forward. Haven't talked to the doc at all, so I don't know what exactly happened, but, for the rest of the night, he probably won't be in, and then we'll evaluate from there.
And so what's the adjustments going into the second half?
I don't know about a ton of adjustments. We have a lot of confidence in our backup quarterbacks. There are guys that execute our offense. There are guys that can run our offense and do everything we're asking them to do. So we're going to continue moving the ball. I mean, we've done a nice job in the first half. We're going to stay with it. It takes a whole group, right, all 11 to pick up our quarterback. It's not just our backup quarterbacks, right? It takes the whole team raising the level of play, and we'll be okay.
All right, good luck second half, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Lexi. Appreciate that. Great report. So his night's over, Stick. And, kind of what we expected. Don't know what's going to happen. He says he has faith in his backup quarterback. As we get a look at the Jacob Topp file, a guy that's won everywhere. One is a grad assistant at Grand Valley, a D2 school. They were runners-up in the national title game when he was there. Minnesota State Moorhead, D2, O-line coach, Wartburg College, Marion University. These are winning programs, some Division II, some Division III. A lot of folks may say, who? But those are big-time programs, and he had some mentors along the way, including Chuck Martin, who was at Miami of Ohio, a guy that he learned quite a bit from. But Topp won. He won 40 straight games in college at Grand Valley. It's a national record in Division II that still sits today. He was a 3-year starter there and a 2-time national champion at Grand Valley. This guy's won at a lot of places. He loves Cleveland, and he's from Strongsville. Has a little bit of heritage also in Kalamazoo, but fun visit this week when we talked to Jacob Topp.
Yeah, great guy, great team guy too. You could tell he knows how to galvanize young men, and really with all these great coaches at the high school level, it's about more than the game.
It is, the relationships there, and Topp in his second year doing a great job. So is Kory Cioroch. The Warriors on top 20-17. The numbers very close in total yards, 189 to 193, but one is trending up, one is trending up, one is trending down, and Walled Lake Western's going to double dipstick. They're going to get the football to start the second half.
And if you're Walled Lake Western, obviously you talked about it at halftime. The opponent's injured right now, but you can't feel sorry for them. That's the game we play. It's next man up on their side, and it's our job to continue to do what we've been doing in the first half.
Back deep is Daryl Hollywood Jones for the Warriors, along with Darius Taylor, the 4-star. And a guy that's nearing 1,000 yards already on the season, and he's only played 14 quarters. There's an onside kick. Why not? It's taken by the up back and takes himself a nice little knee. That's number 15, Gavin Roberts, the backup receiver. So here comes the Walled Lake Western offense, an offense that threw it just 3 times, completed just 3 times, Stick, 3 of 5 for Viotto. But the run game, when it's as juicy as it's been, you want to be diverse and balanced, but it's hard when you have Taylor.
Yeah, why would you not do what's working for you constantly, especially when a kid can put up almost 350, 400 yards a game? You just keep feeding the beast. I mean, it's a weapon. Use your weapons.
That they're doing. And so in the backfield behind Viotto, under center. The give is to Taylor up the middle, untouched for 10 yards, leaps forward, near a first down. In fact, they're going to give him the first down at the 45, call it the 49-yard line. And he's well over 125 yards now.
And he's just so fast through that line. Look at, not a hand on him until he gets to the second level. And even there, he just kind of tripped up. He's not even hit hard. He just falls forward for 10 yards.
Great balance, great athleticism. 22 carries now for 140 yards for Taylor, who's hit in the backfield, shugs off a defender, and shed Jack Toth. Gain of a few for Taylor.
Yeah, nice stiff arm that Derrick Henry would be proud of. Just kind of shove him off of me. And once again, able to pick up 3 yards on that play. But look at that. Could have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, and that's what we've seen several times this game. South Lyon East has been in position to make the play at the line of scrimmage. It's just Taylor's too good.
Yep. The tackle was Angelo Laduraj. So second down from the 48-yard line. 3-step drop, out route, caught near the first down marker. He might have it. The catch is made by the guy who's been the busiest of all in this game. It's Ryan Boyce, the junior, with his 4th catch.
Yeah, Boyce, just a nice little out route there, getting the first down, able to turn upfield. And those are the types of passing plays that'll keep Walled Lake Western on time, too. Those are nice, they're completable, and they get you the first down, so you can keep handing it off to Taylor.
He's been the lead man. We have not seen a lot of Uppert. We have not seen a ton of Bailey or Smith getting the rock. It's been the guy that maybe the undercard. Hitting the backfield, strung down. And that's the linebacker coming up. That's Jack Toth, who also doubles as a lacrosse guy. You see some of his toughness there, Stick.
Yeah, you do. But once again, you said it's hitting behind the line of scrimmage, but he's still able to fall forward for 3 yards. That's a valuable skill.
Coming from that outside, it's a 3-4 defense. They like to mix up coverages under defensive coordinator Mark Nowicki, a guy that Jacob Topp really credits for helping with his team and having it organized and allowing him to do head coach duties. Taylor drags another defender down near the 21-yard line. Tackle finally made by Toth, but Taylor trucking his way. He's over $150 now, partner. And the Warriors knocking on the red zone door.
And he just gives coach thumbs up. No, I'm not gassed yet. I still want to do this. But look at the blocking on the outside. Number 44. What a big block. Nathan Fetch. We saw him with a couple big plays in the first half, too. He's getting out there. Corey Schlesinger style. Just getting in him.
Hollywood Jones wide to the right. I formation. Under center, Viotto. Under his center, Skylar Garmo looking right side, going end zone for Jones. Incomplete. Fine coverage out there by Jordan Newbill, who's back in the game, which is good news for Cougar fans. And that'll make it second down and long.
Yeah, and that's why it's so valuable that he's back in the game. Not only is he your top wide receiver, but I'm assuming he's one of your top defensive backs. And great defensive play right there. That would have taken a perfect throw.
He is one of their best defensive backs. In fact, 2 interceptions to lead the way on the year for the Cougars. Newbill, very important to their success.
Viotto just looks big out there, doesn't he? Like Ben Roethlisberger type.
6'4", 210. Good size. Taylor on his feet, trucking defenders down inside the 5, down on the floor. Oh, Taylor. Gaudy numbers this season. You're seeing why. Running between the tackles, Stick, he can do it all.
Yeah, and we're keeping track of his yards, but how about yards after contact? Because it seems like he is definitely picking those up by the dozen as well. Man, Walled Lake Western, almost 30 rushes on the ground right now for almost 200 yards. Why change?
Why change? No need to throw it more than the 7 times they have. Full house backfield. Behind the center, handoff to Taylor. He's not going to get in here. He's rode down at the 2. That charge was led by number 85. And that's Carter Hamilton, a sophomore that they really like at that linebacker spot, a guy that Jacob Topp thinks can be a real diamond in the rough.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They got such a senior-laden program right now. There are these young guys that are getting these key roles, and eventually when they're seniors, they're going to have a ton of experience under their belt. But look at the gang tackling you got to have to get Taylor to the ground. Great defense.
Really excited about Carter Hamilton, guy that'll rotate in there at the linebacker spot along with Dante and Jaden. Handoff right side and tripped up. Is he in? Touchdown, Taylor! Second of the game. The Warriors extend this lead to 2 scores. And Warriors Stadium starting to come alive. 2-yard touchdown run for Taylor, his second of the game, his 12th of the season.
Taylor making coach look very smart right now. You know what I'm going to call? Another running play. And after that, another running play. And you know what? We didn't get the touchdown on that one. You know what we're going to do? We're going to run it into the end zone. Walled Lake Western, the playbook doesn't have to be very big today when you got a line like that and a running back like that.
Over 200 yards now for the Warriors on the ground. They've got a 2-score lead for the first time tonight. Another look at this one, Stick.
Yeah, just putting too many blockers in front of too little defenders. It's a simple math game at that point. Overload the side, and Taylor could probably do it on his own, but when you give him solid blocking, that's when you go for 200 yards.
Well, 28-17, Walled Lake Western with 8:32 to go in the third. 9-play drive, 3 minutes 29 seconds, and into the end zone for the second time tonight in his 12th time of the year. It's Darius Taylor, the Minnesota commit. I want to tell you about our friends at Success Mortgage Partners. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr, 734-674-6154. And put 20 years of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated, Success in supports equal housing opportunity. NMLS ID number 130562. This is information only and is not an offer of credit or commitment to lend. Contact Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated to learn more about your eligibility for its mortgage products. We've got a kickoff return. We've got a flag on the field. What's going on, partner?
Football on a Friday night. That was actually the first deep kickoff that we've seen. It looks like a holding penalty on South Lyon East, so they're going to bring that back just a little bit. But first down, South Lyon ball. That was the first real kickoff we've seen all game. Every one of them. Every one of them. They've just been trying to do these short little floaters to about the 35-yard line.
It seems to be a trend in all of football. You see it in college. You see it. I haven't really seen it in pro as much, but
I don't like it.
A lot of guys just kick it away.
Right.
It just seems to make sense to get it. I mean, the only thing it's preventing is a collision. It's a high-impact one.
And that's fine.
And
but
I understand that.
Is that part of coaching strategy? Or?
I hope not. I don't know.
To me, it should be the objective should be to start them as far back on the field as possible, right?
Right. I'm with you. Both kickers are fine kickers, by the way. Kirk for Western. For the Cougars, they also have a fine one in the junior Owen Stuckey. So, already backed up. Here comes the Cougars for the first time tonight in the second half offensively. Handoff left side. This is Pfizer, and Pfizer's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. And support coming from the Warrior defensive line, which is really a nice unit.
Yeah, South Lyon East, it's going to be interesting to see what type of offense they have coming out here in the second half. Good tackle there by number 4, just hanging on for dear life, Joey Hawkins. He's not going to let go until you go down on the ground or a teammate shows up to help. But South Lyon East, are they going to be able to pass the ball? Are they going to be able to run the entire playbook? I know Coach said that, yeah, he's confident, but what's a coach supposed to say? Let's be honest, me and you, Chad.
Right. No, he's supposed to say that. But we'll see. He's going to have to throw him at some point. He, by the way, is the quarterback who's been immersed in. It's Grayson Roslinski, the junior. Back to pass, looking left side, going to throw it. It's a nice ball. Down the left side, just over the hands of Newbill. And Coach wasn't lying. That's not a bad deep ball. We don't know about the intermediate stuff, but it's not a bad deep ball, brother.
No, that was about 30, 40 yards in the air. If he put a little bit more air underneath that, that's a completion. It's just a little too much on the line, so the wide receiver couldn't run underneath it. But there we go. Now you see, and that could help slide back the defense a little bit. Buy yourself a little bit of space.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's a benefit when they don't have the scouting report on your quarterback, but also it's never a benefit when you're in your backup stage, right? There's a reason to starter for a reason.
I think John Bechtel knows who the backup quarterback is now. He's a former Eaglet coach in there. I think he had an advanced scouting report. I think he knew who the QB2 was. Roslinski back to pass in trouble. Down he goes. It's a safety. Oh, the safety for Western. 2 points on the board. 30 for Western. Who are they going to give credit to? We look at the replay now to find out, partner. It looks like 61 on the tackle, and it's Toby Lyle. That's your son? All right, how about it? Our scorekeeper's son, Toby Lyle, with 2 points. And Western leads 30-17.
And there you go. That's where the inexperience of a brand new quarterback coming in, maybe the starter's able to throw that away. Maybe they're able to get a different read. But those are the types of little things that can add up when you don't have your typical signal caller in there for South Lyon East. And you're starting to see the game slip away from them just a little bit. There you see a big close-up right there. Big Lyle, dad happy, smiling.
Proud Papa. He's a Union Lake Hawk or Lakes area Hawk. Yeah, okay. He did one of those crossovers. Chef Marty needs to see you after the game. You guys can have a quesadilla together. By the way, how about the quesadillas? Weren't they killer?
Yeah.
Pretty good quesadillas. Claps all around from the crew. Carne asada, which is a fancy word for steak. And then we had, pulled pork?
Yeah.
Pork quesadilla.
I had about 8 of both. On game days, I don't eat till I get here because I know the prep is going to provide some food.
Chef Marty's going to bring it strong.
Yes,
appreciate him. We don't appreciate his comments in the pregame conversation with Lexi Ayala.
That's all right. If he's making us quesadillas, he can make up lies.
He can. So it's a deep defensive front for Walled Lake Western, led by John Bechtel, who was Kory Cioroch's mentor and head coach, while Kory was at Farmington as an assistant, and then as a head coach for the final 3 years, and then came over last year. So here we go. How will SLE respond? The kickoff goes to the 38, and here comes Hollywood Jones. And he is swallowed up at the 50-yard line. And the tackle made that time by number 22, who's been active on special teams, Jack Toth, along with Evan Mustin. Want to take a look at the head coach for Walled Lake Western, Kory Cioroch, guy that enjoys fishing and boating in his lake house. It's a Western guy, but that lake house up in the Milford White Lake area. But this has been a guy that's been a high school coach most of the way. Played at Berkeley High School, and then worked his way up the ladder. Farmington JV in 2012, earned the right on John Bechtel's varsity unit in 2013, and then the head coach job for the final 3 years before coming to Western. Throw right side, first catch of the night for Jackson Uppert, and a junior has a first down and more across the 40, down to the 35, and it's a nice gainer of 15 on first down.
Yeah, now is when it gets fun if you're a signal caller for Walled Lake Western. You've been running the ball so well all game. You come off with a little play-action pass there, and your wide receivers are wide open because at this point, South Lyon East has to sell out to stop the run. They have to.
They do. It's a defense for South Lyon East, led by the fine coordinator Martin Nowicki. It's a 3-4 defense. They really like to mix up coverages. See some man or zero, some cover 3, cover 4. They will show some pressure, but they rely on deception stick, and right now there's just not a lot of time to deceive. Down and distance, the scoreboard tells us that pretty much you got to stop the run, like you mentioned.
Yeah, it's tough, when you know the assignment, you got to start stacking 8 in the box. You got to adjust your game plan, and that's what you never want to do as a coach. You want to impose your will. You want to make the offense adjust to what you're doing, and unfortunately for South Lyon East, they haven't been able to adjust to what Walled Lake Western's been wanting to do to them all night.
The Lakes Valley Conference, 2 teams 3-0, and both of them right before your very eyes here tonight on Gridiron Game Day. South Lyon East and Walled Lake Western trying to stay on top. Lakeland third, tied with South Lyon. South Lyon, a team that Western beat in week 1, a game at which Taylor went for 3.5. Milford fifth, Waterford Mott, the 2 Waterford schools 6th and 7th, and Central and Northern 0-3. That 0-3 for Walled Lake Northern, a bit deceiving. They played Western very tough, a 16-12 loss for the Knights. Viotto in the shotgun, hands off to Taylor left side, inside the 25 to the 20, could go the way, 10-5, touchdown Taylor, his 3rd of the night. And the Minnesota commit will sit down and take a breather. He's holding that left knee.
He's cramping.
And that looks and hopes to be a cramp.
Yeah, he's just stretching it out right now. when you exert this much energy, and we haven't seen him hit the outside much in this game. It's mostly been runs up the middle, 10 yards, 7 yards, 15 yards up the middle. This was the first time he's ever hit the edge, and you see that breakaway speed. Nobody's going to catch him, whether he's cramping or not. Taylor is making his way into the end zone.
Nice block in there by Morgan Martinez, and it springs him to a touchdown run. And touchdown run on the play, 35-yard touchdown run for Taylor, his third of the contest. Western now has run for 237 yards in this game.
You know it's not a serious injury when the trainers are all laughing, the coaches are smiling, they're all just standing around.
All the jokes get a lot more funny when you're up by 20.
Mama's worried, but I can assure Mama it's just a cramp.
Well, tell her. Potatoes and
She's
bananas.
halfway onto the field right now. There's no stopping Mama. You know how that goes.
Coach Port used to tell us potatoes, bananas.
Yep, get that potassium.
That's right. So timeout on the field for a brief moment, but the extra point coming by way of Max Kirk, who's been perfect tonight. He's 5 for 5 on field goals on the year, and he hasn't missed a PAT either. So here comes the snap from Austin Ryback to the holder Ryan Boyce. Max Kirk kicks it, and it is not pretty, but it's through. So with 6:31 to go in the third quarter, 37-17, Walled Lake Western is in the end zone. And we'll do a scoring recap and some scores from around town in just a moment. Want to tell you about our friends at Blue Lion Fitness, located down the road in Ann Arbor. Dan Roth and his great establishment out there doing great things. Contact him at 734-929-5268. You'll see them all out there. Amani Bates, Trey McKinney, all the stars, Daniel Smythe. Get them on the gram, BlueLionFitness.com, BlueLionFitness.com. Email them at info@BlueLionFitness.com. Serious training on the west side in Ann Arbor. Welcome back to Gridiron Game Day, Sam Stick Day. My partner to my left, my name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Chase Kaufman, your associate producer. So this thing has gotten away just a little bit, perhaps, Stick. Your thoughts on where South Lyon East goes on this drive, and is there any bigger drive tonight than the one right here?
Yeah, South Lyon East, you know, as soon as their quarterback went down, you knew that this was going to be an uphill battle. And Walled Lake Western, with that big defensive stop, getting a safety, that definitely changed things a little bit in this game. The possessions are all on Walled Lake Western's side at this point. South Lyon East, you just got to continue what you were doing in the first half that was effective and hope it gets you back into this game slowly.
South Lyon East had to complete a pass on that drive. They, of course, just one series, 3 and out is all they've had. It's been the time of possession, which was dominated in the first half by South Lyon, 2-1, has been flipped in the second half.
And a quick hitter touchdown, too, that got them up into the lead early.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see if they still have that explosiveness. But this is what championship football is all about. If you want to play with a team like Walled Lake Western for the battle for 3-0, this is what you got to do.
That's right. It's a Division II school, South Lyon East, of course, just 15 years old. 1,165 students is their enrollment. Jacob Topp, the Strongsville, Ohio native, their fine second-season coach. Guy has been a winner everywhere. How about Gabby Bird, a 2015 grad, a Central Michigan Chippewa. She was a big part of Sue Guevara's Sweet 16 team in 2018. She's a proud grad of South Lyon East, Fire Up Chips. 4-time MAC champion while she was there, 2-time academic All-American and 2026 Player of the Year in the Great Mid-American Conference. South Lyon East, they're coming, but right now they're up against it, partner.
Yeah, like we said, this is when your mettle gets tested.
Roslinski in the gun, and they're going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. With 6:31 to go in the third quarter, Walled Lake Western with their biggest lead of the night. They're up 20 at home.
love love all the opportunities that the school has, all the clubs, all the after-school activities.
The academics are great, the counselors are great. If you need someone to go to, they're there. Like every single class you can take, there's every option for you here.
Welcome back to Walled Lake. Walled Lake Western versus South Lyon East, 37-17. Walled Lake Western up 20 points. South Lyon East with the ball, 1st and 10. Another new quarterback in for South Lyon East. Lefty almost picked off. Number 15, Donovic Giovanni, in at quarterback. And you know what, Chad? They're trying it. And that's what you got to do. When your back's up against the wall, you throw in somebody new. And I was watching the left-handed quarterback actually warm up earlier. He has nice feet. That's what I noticed while he was warming up. They were doing the, chop left, chop right. And he has good feet. So we'll see if he gets on the run, what position they put him in.
Well, Giovanni into the game. He's just a sophomore, presumably on the JV program perhaps, but so that's where they're at. Giovanni in the shotgun. To his right is Gash. 3 receivers set. Newbill is back in. He was out for a moment. Motion left to right. Handoff left side. It's Gash. He'll try it. Not much room there. Shut down quickly. And the tackle made at the bottom of that pile. And that tough defensive line. 54 in there. That's Morgan Martinez, the senior, and the 3-year starter.
Yeah, not much sledding on that play. Just trying to run up the middle right now. And if you're South Lyon East, I mean, it's weird because you don't want to start just going out of character and then just turning the ball over and letting Walled Lake Western turn this into a 44-point game, a 51-point game. But at some point, you got to start gambling as well.
Drew Schuer wide right, 3rd and 8 with 5:40 and rolling. New quarterback in there. See what he can do here. In trouble. Breaks down, ball loose, fumble out. Western has recovered, it appears, at the 20-yard line. And the big boy with a recovery, that's 73. And that's Fareed Sagman, the sophomore, who coach thought was an alum. That was a man.
I was going to say, that's a sophomore?
Yeah.
My goodness.
And you see him there. He's freshly shaven, but with a little shadow. He looks in his 20s.
And this looked kind of like a broken play. You look at the quarterback, I guess it was just a reverse motion, but there was nothing open down the field. Trying to make something happen with your legs, and it gets stripped. Dylan Smith making big moves.
Smith with a strip, forcing it. Good teamwork with that defensive line and front stick. It's a disruptive front. John Bechtel's defense has really dialed it up this year. And having him, he didn't have really a full year last year to get acclimated. This year, having the full offseason, very important for him. Head coach at Farmington. So here comes Western, already up by 20. 5:30 left in the third, trying to put another nail in the coffin. Back to pass. Viotto looking. End zone, incomplete. Fine play by Moyer. Moyer, the senior safety, came up and broke up the pass. It was intended for Hollywood Jones. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Oh, and he's going to wish he had this back. He had Jones wide open. All he has to do is to lead him just a little bit, but the ball's behind, giving the defender time to come in and break up that play. If that ball's in front of him, that's a clear touchdown.
Little square in route. So backfield now. Taylor in the I formation. Big night for him, over 200 yards. Pitch left side. Inside the numbers, 15, 10, 5. They'll never get him down. Touchdown, Taylor. His 5th of the night. A 21-yard run. And how about it? Taylor now with 240 yards on the night and 5 touchdowns.
And you want to talk about vision. Last touchdown run, we talked about him hitting the outside with his speed. He has the outside, but then look at this wall of gray linemen inside. He sees it, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go with all the big fellas. Cuts it right back up the middle, and then just pure strength and speed to get into the end zone.
Man,
look at this cutback right here. Sees that opening and is able to get through. I know you want to see the replay, Mama. Watch it on YouTube, the prep, right after this. Yeah.
They talk about his vision. And there's a lot more to like than that, but the vision is plus. Kirk with the extra point is good. And it's double fours for the Warriors, who opened it up here in the third with 5:13 to go. 44-17 over South Lyon East. Got some scores to update you on quickly. We'll keep it right here after the Kirk extra point. River Rouge 20.
And there's Mama on screen with the baby's head.
There she is.
My mom used to have a big pin. Now they come with the big heads.
That's thanks to Fathead. St. Mary's trails River Rouge 20-0 in the third quarter. Divine Child 21, Southgate Anderson 0. That's in the third. South Lyon, or Old as they refer to it, in South Lyon. A-League Country Day 28-14. That's in Beverly Hills. That's in the third quarter. Saline 26, Monroe 0. That's at half. Brother Rice and De La Salle tied at 21 in the second half.
Big game.
That's the surprise of the night. The number one team in the state of Michigan, regardless of class in our eyes, is Warren De La Salle. They are in a tussle with Brother Rice, who's 1-2 on the season, despite playing a tough schedule. West Bloomfield 20-14 over Clarkston at the half. And Rochester Adams with the same margin, 20-14 at the half over Lake Orion. Surprising score with De La Salle, but that's part of the Catholic League Central Division. There's no upsets really in that league. Here's Moyer with a return up the right side to the 30 before he's stuck. By who else? Ryan Boyce, who's been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, so now South Lyon East back on the field on offense. They got to get something going. You have to get a sustained drive here, even if it's just to give your defense a blow at this point. I mean, they've been on the field almost 7 minutes in this entire second half. So you want to rush the ball, but you can't rush the ball, and you got a sophomore quarterback in there. Your options, this is when you get paid to coach.
Yep, that's it. No, you're right. South Lyon East had a 14-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. By the time we got to halftime, they trailed 21-17.
Well, they've been outscored 44-10 since that first long touchdown.
Throw out left side, Newbill shakes a man, makes another man miss, still on his feet across the 45, and a healthy gain of 17 on the play. Move the chains first down. Newbill can do some nice things. This is a fine pitch and catch by the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, and that's the guy you got to go to, right? You know, Walled Lake Western has been feeding their playmaker, Darius Taylor, all game. Newbill's been your game maker, game changer, so get him the ball as much as you possibly can. That's a nice pitch and catch, too, by the sophomore.
30 carries for 240 yards for Darius Taylor tonight. That's been the story. Handoff right side, and here comes SLE on the hustle. That's a carry by Peerless Schlussler. How about that? Peerless Schlussler on the carry, the junior tailback with a fine carry.
And I like what South Lyon East is doing right here. Nice big block up in front of him. Peerless gets his way through the hole, picks up a nice 8 yards on first down.
Angelo Laduraj, spelled L-J-U-L-J-D-U-R-A-J.
On your bingo card, you win.
That's it. Second down and short. South Lyon East on the move. Now quarterback getting baptized is Dominic Giovanni. And he's trying to lead this team to back-to-back first downs, but nothing doing there. There's backside heat coming by the bad man. That's Shane Rackner, the sophomore linebacker. Pfizer taken down.
This is a big third down for South Lyon East, like we were saying, just to keep the offense on the field. And this is a big part of the game, too, because you want to build confidence, right? You want to know, hey, we're down, but we can fight back against any opponent at any time. It's a character-building moment for South Lyon East.
Sure is. Giovanni, the third quarterback tonight, after Campo, quarterback went down. Handoff left side. Pfizer first down and more inside the 40, down to the 38. before he's tripped up by the Wall Lake Western safety, Joey Hawkins, first down.
And I like Pfizer, man. He seems feisty. He seems like he's searching for contact. He doesn't want to just run down the field. He wants to hit somebody while he's doing it.
90 yards against Mott, 2 touchdowns last week in South Lyon East. Big win over Mott. We can't say that enough. I mean, they won by 3 scores over Mott, a team that was ranked in Division II and favored heavily, I'd say, in that game. But this week, sometimes you get curveballs thrown at you, and your starting quarterback is knocked out of this game like Campo was early in the second. Giovanni in the gun, play action, left side, the lefty wings it, caught, first down inside the 30. Pass complete to a face we have not called tonight. That's Dante DiGrazia, the junior tight end.
And here's what's interesting about having a left-handed quarterback. When you're training all week and you're shifting your defense and understanding where they're going to slide the pocket, now you got to reverse everything in your head for a left-handed quarterback. So sometimes it throws the defense off just a little bit.
Sure does.
So I like the curveball going with the lefty.
Michael Bailey, their best backer, with a tackle, but it wasn't before the first down. Gain on the plate. Double tight end to the right. Pfizer stays in there to the right. The quarterback and burrows his way into the middle. Nothing home. That's a solid defensive front stick led by Smith, Vaughn, Segman, and Martinez.
Yeah, and I think if he looks back at that play, he's going to notice if he maybe cuts it outside, he has a little bit bigger run on his plate. Because there was some room out there. He had a wide receiver down there blocking one-on-one. He's going to be in the open field. Got a player down.
Looks like another cramp. 92 seconds left until the break. We get another look here at it.
See, if he's able to cut outside, 66 had his block, and it was just ISO there. If he can beat one man, it's a touchdown.
Timeout on the field.
Looks like another cramp.
And we want to tell you how to participate here at the Prep. You can like us on YouTube. We'd love for you to subscribe. Smash that subscribe button, as Jonathan Turner likes to say. And you can follow us on our socials. We've got them: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And James Ferris, Julia Pisano do an excellent job on our socials. Also, we'd love for you to join our sponsorship team tonight. info@theprepsports.com. Also want to say happy birthday to Pat the Stat.
Hey!
68 years young yesterday. And we'd say he got a little bit grayer, but there's no more dark ones left on the old man's head. Happy birthday, Pat the Stat. And he wanted to point something out. What was it, Father?
240 yards for Taylor. That's what he wanted to point out.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, 30 rushes, 240 yards, 8 yards per carry, 5 touchdowns, long 35 yards.
Darius Taylor, unbelievable. So he's now over 1,000 yards in 4 games played.
Is that good?
I think so.
Okay.
And he has 15 touchdowns on the year.
Is that good?
It's 5 touchdowns a game.
How many touchdowns did you have, Chad, in high school? Because you were a machine.
I had 13 my senior year.
Okay.
I think who's counting, but I think 25 maybe. But regardless
I think
of that.
the plaque in your bedroom counts.
It's dusty.
It's dusty. It's in a box somewhere.
Nobody cares. Jam with a great note. And we've got a score in Detroit. There's a first down pass by the Southpaw, getting cozy on that sideline. He checked down to Moyer. He got the out route. Moved the chains again. 4th first down on the drive. Cougars feeling really comfy in Detroit.
Yeah, you were talking about it. He just kind of sidearm sling this ball, too. Watch the release on this throw. This is not your typical 3/4 over-the-top throw. Just kind of sidearmed it Patrick Mahomes style. And Dominic is feeling a little bit more comfortable than he was on that first snap.
I'd say so. This is a sophomore quarterback. 6'1", $150. Soaking wet after lasagna. Back to pass left hash. Curl route. Caught. Newbill in space. 10-5. Touchdown Cougars! They're not going back to South Lyon yet. The faithful getting rowdy across the way. Touchdown Cougars. What a different drive from the 3rd string QB.
Yeah, after getting the safety on his first drive, you can tell a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, and they're starting to roll him out a little bit, but there it is. Just get your playmaker in space, let him make some moves, cut right, cut left, cut right, touchdown, Newville. And look at the crowd for South Lyon East. They have traveled well to this Walled Lake Western game today, but Newville also having a game.
Extra point is blocked. The block is by number 51, Shane Rackner. And so the score sits at 44-23. It's still a 21-point game. It's still a 3-possession game. 53 seconds left, but South Lyon East now believes a little bit.
That's it.
Despite the missed PAT.
I think that's the major point of it, right? You know, they were able to prove to themselves, hey, it doesn't matter what odds are against us. We got guys, we got the next man up mentality. We can score on Walled Lake Western even with our third string quarterback. You know, moral victories do come and play early in the season. Later in the season, you want wins. Early in the season, these are growing moments for these young men.
It's a young team for Walled Lake Western. Coach Kory Cioroch says, look, we're young. We've got 10 seniors on our team. It's kind of a young team. South Lyon a little bit more veteran. South Lyon gets in the end zone. Let's tell you about the drive. It was 4 minutes and 20 seconds long.
That was needed.
It took 8 plays, and it went 70 yards and into the end zone. For the touchdown is Jordan Newbill, his second touchdown of the night. Newbill with 5 receptions for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the second play of the game and the game's opening score, which gave the Cougars a 7-0 lead. A huge answer, and what a drive. An impressive one, an encouraging one for Dominic Giovanni, the sophomore quarterback, who may have to be the dog that rides and drives this ship the rest of the way. Who knows, for maybe the rest of the season.
And what a great opportunity it is for that young man, right? Because you know you have the weapons. This is a 3-0 team you're taking over. You have every opportunity to do something great.
Ordia LaSalle 28, Brother Rice 21. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Taylor with a big return across the 40, the 43-yard line. Finally tripped up by Toad. But Western coming right back and saying, you're getting a little too close. Within 21.
Yeah, I think Walled Lake Western probably, if they were able to stop them there, maybe would have started bringing in their backups and whatnot. But no, you got to continue to do this because a 21-point lead is not enough to put South Lyon away. But Taylor, just anytime he gets the ball, he's special.
Extra point, by the way, was no good. It was a 38-yard return. And so the total yards tonight for Taylor starting to exceed 300 yards. 43-yard line for Viotto, the Minnesota commit, and crunched at the line of scrimmage. And that's Toth, who's been active. This is a fine player in Toth. And he gets the tackle there. This is a lacrosse guy. And that looked like there was a yard sale that time.
Yeah, Carter Hamilton, too, number 85, laying some wood on that play. It was a nice tackle. And really the shortest gain that Taylor has had all game, just 1 yard.
Yeah.
Normally he's been falling forward for at least 3. Now it looks like that is going to be the last play of the third quarter. So we'll be going on into the fourth quarter with the score of 44-23. Walled Lake Western over South Lyon East. And we'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this here on the Prep.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to the Prep. I'm Lexi Ayala with Justin Wagner, Director of Football Operations. Justin, Coach Topp told me that it takes a village to run a football program. Tell me what your role is in this village.
So my role is to do everything off the field. So community relations, academic involvement, make sure the kids are doing what they need to do in school, out of school, and keep them busy.
And Justin, I mean, of course this game got a lot of adversity in it, but none of these kids have their head down. Tell me about the culture and how you helped to instill that as well.
So we have the culture of being East, so it's being engaged, accountable, selfless, and tough. So we have to go through adversity. We always know that we have another thing going forward each week, and so we wanted to make sure that we keep on pushing.
Justin, you also told me about that game for autism awareness. Tell me about that game.
So last week we had a autism acceptance game with Freddie the Pizza Man, and so we raised over $5,000, not only for the foundation, but for our special ed department, which I'm involved in. So it's pretty passionate, and I kind of want to keep that as a tradition here at South Lyon East.
Justin Wags, a man of many hats. Thank you so much, Justin.
Thank you, Lexi Ayala. Thank you, Wags. Justin Wagner, the Director of Football Operations. Really appreciate his help. He runs social media. I mean, they got a Dobo here. That's impressive. Here comes a reverse, and this is the freshman again on the run, and he got decked and stared down. My goodness. That was a cook job from Caleb Gash, whose daddy played in the NFL and knocked a lot of people's socks off. How about that? But an impressive run as well by the true freshman, number 30, Donovan Triplett.
Yeah, nice reverse here, getting him into open space. It's the first, my goodness. That's the first misdirection that Walled Lake Western has run, but it did not fool Mr. Dash.
No. But really do appreciate Jacob Topp and the Cougars and Justin Wagner for all their great information all week. Greg Michaels, the fine athletic director. And we also thank the Walled Lake Western staff, which has been fabulous. Sarah Facemeyer, their athletic director, along with Ali Hamka, the principal, who joined us tonight. We've got more from the sidelines coming up on Gridiron Game Day. His name is Sam Stick Day. Stick with 10:35 left. Western up by 21. You make the decision now if you're going to go for it, go for blood, or you just kind of make sure you're healthy going into week 5.
Yeah, I think if you're Walled Lake Western, obviously the running game is your strength, and you're already seeing them getting some underclassmen, some carries. So I think they're okay with where they're at right now. But if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to start stripping for it. You got to start going for the Peanut Tillman, trying to punch out that ball every time you see it.
Oh, the Peanut Tillman reference. Boy, he used to hurt me as a Lions fan. Oh, man.
But did you see the letter he wrote to Calvin Johnson when he retired, though?
I did not. Tell me about it.
Oh, man. One of the most beautiful things you'll ever read from two competitors going at it. Just the absolute admiration and the absolute what he felt going into game day, having to cover a guy like Calvin Johnson, how it made him a better player, knowing that he had to prep harder during the week. And it's just mutual respect out of two Warriors.
Very cool. That's a rare give to Nathan Fetch, the senior fullback. Fullbacks always love to get some love, to get a ball, get a rock.
That was my position. Love that.
You used to blow holes open on this field for the Walled Lake Braves. Did you not?
Yeah.
Looking right, got a man, caught inside the 5, out at the 3-yard line. What a catch. Catch by Michael Bailey, who does it all. A big catch up the right sideline. Fancy footwork by Bailey. This is their linebacker, one of their best. You can see how talented he is, Stick.
Well,
the
there you
two-way
go.
guy.
You're giving the fullback a little bit of love. You're giving your linebacker a little bit of deep passes, getting everybody involved. It's a feel-good moment, for Walled Lake Western right now, being able to loosen up and open up their playbook.
What a throw by Drew Viotto. That was put on the money.
I'm telling you, Viotto doesn't throw often, but he throws accurate.
He sure does. Good night tonight. 6 of 10 for 104 yards. He's been accurate. Touchdown pass in there. He's from Sault Ste. Marie, Canada. A guy that played hockey growing up. His family moved to Walled Lake, Wolverine Lake area, to sort of come here for new opportunities. And you wouldn't necessarily think a quarterback from Canada would come down to Walled Lake, Michigan and find a new opportunity, but he has. And a scholarship to Minnesota, and it's been a great marriage with Walled Lake Western and Drew Viotto. Right now, 44-23, Warriors on top, 8:39 to go. This is Gridiron Game Day.
I think our most memorable moment was during the season we actually lost to Walled Lake Central before, so when we beat them in the LVC, we were just really proud of our team and it showed that we improved a lot.
The most memorable moment would probably be placing in the top 3 for varsity and JV, and that's really exciting because that just shows that we can even do better this year's LVC.
Hi, I'm here with Anna Laston. She's on the basketball team. So what was the most memorable moment of the LVC championship?
Probably getting the trophy because it was the second year that we won it in school history.
Welcome back to Walled Lake Western, where the Walled Lake Western Warriors are leading 44-23 over South Lyon East on the goal line right now. Power backfield, play that they've been running all game long. Once again, up the middle, touchdown, number 6 of the day for Mr. Taylor. And he's done it every way, outside, inside, power, speed. Mama, what did you feed that kid growing up? Let us know, because I want to do the same thing with my son.
What's the secret to this?
Yeah, please tell me.
6 touchdowns, half a dozen for number 1. 6'1", 190 senior stud, Darius Taylor, going to row the boat in Minnesota.
But once again, he was hit at the 3-yard line, then drove the defender into the end zone. That was not an easy touchdown.
No, he earned it. So here comes the extra point attempt by Mr. Kirk, who's been perfect tonight. The snap from Ryback, the hold from Boyce, and the kick is good from Max Kirk, the sophomore. Walled Lake Western has reached half 100 tonight in Walled Lake. 51-23. The Warriors starting to really pour it on their home digs. We're back at Gridiron Game Day, week 4, right after this. Alex Westfall, your executive producer, here tonight. Week 4 underway. We've had 5 games this year. We thought this would be a great contest. Darius Taylor has sort of stolen the show from this margin.
And we were just throwing out some Walled Lake Western names of lore, because I guess that's the school record for touchdowns in a game. And Arnie Gillard's name got thrown out. Scott Naz got thrown out. Eric Sage, Dave Johnson got thrown out.
There's some good backs. And we'll find out, but 6 touchdowns ties the school record here on the prep. That's Moyer with a return that gets him up to the 26-yard line. 8:27 to work. The backup quarterback is in. Campo, the starting quarterback, and one of the best in the LVC, knocked out of this game in the early second quarter. And the complexity of this game changed. It was once a 17-14 lead for South Lyon East, flipped, and Walled Lake Western would take a 21-17 lead into the break. Campo would never return, but South Lyon East may have found their backup quarterback who might have to lead them the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I mean, what a game change that was. You're right. It's 17-14. South Lyon East has the lead. He gets injured, and all of a sudden, 51-23. Like, how does that happen?
Darius Taylor, the answer tonight. 6 touchdowns. He has 16 on the year. And he surpassed, he now has 250 even yards rushing to go with his 6 touchdowns. South Lyon East football. Handoff right side, and this is number 10 for South Lyon East. This is Peerless Schlussler. Say that 3 times fast. And he gets a gain of about 3 yards up to about the 30-yard line.
And once again, this is another response drive for South Lyon East. They proved themselves last time they could get it done with a sophomore quarterback. 8 minutes left in this game. Obviously, you're not probably going to be able to come back and score over 51 points. but you still want to give yourself confidence going into the next game. And just give yourself confidence in your sophomore quarterback and get him the reps that your senior already had.
You mentioned the next game. The next game indeed is against Paw Paw. Next Friday night, the Cougars will take on Paw Paw. And for Walled Lake Western, who looks to be on their way to 4-0, they will take on Milford. And a Redskin team, Maverick team, it's 2-1 and taking on Walled Lake Central and looking at going to 3-1. That could be a showdown next week. Milford and Walled Lake Western, always a quasi-rival.
Yeah, all these schools that are in such close proximity. I mean, I think you went to Walled Lake Middle School. I went to Walled Lake Middle School.
Right. Walled Lake Junior High.
Oh, it was junior high. It was middle school when I went. Now it's James Geisler Middle School.
It's changed quite a bit. I was in the old junior high.
But you used to wrestle against South Lyon, Milford, and all those guys. So
Muir, wasn't Muir and Muir, some of the different schools?
Yeah, the rivalries start very young.
Yeah. Handoff again. This goes to Peerless Schlussler, a junior running back, a guy who's backed up Pfizer most of the season. Good size. Same as the guy across from him, Taylor, 6'1", 190. Western starting to rotate guys in on that defense. The defense has been sound tonight. That defensive front really good. I mean, we saw Sagman, a guy who's very raw, powerful guy. Vaughn, who knows the system, brother high major player. Martinez, a 3-year starter. Smith with some athleticism, a basketball guy. I mean, that's a front that you can get behind.
Yeah.
And trust.
And, I mean, you take away that
disruptive
one long touchdown, too.
Yeah.
And they dominated the first half of this game.
Really did. Michael Bailey, one of the best backers in the LVC, to throw in there. Back to pass. Giovanni in trouble, and down he goes. And there you go, partner. The D-line continues to cause chaos. Another sack for the Warriors.
Yeah, right on cue. You're talking about them, talking about how good they are, and they make you look smart right away. I mean, we could credit this to 3 different players, really. Look at, they all converge on the quarterback. 13, Dylan Smith gets the first hit, but they all close it out.
Yeah. Big Jay Christopher in there. Number 52 getting some minutes. Backup guy. He's a handful. Second down and forever. 5.5 left in this one. East trying to make some noise before they depart back westward. And get ready for Paw Paw. Tackle at the line of scrimmage. And a little juice coming from their best backer. That's Michael Bailey, who doubles as the wide receiver.
Yeah, Bailey able to cut down the angle on that. I thought he had the edge. If you look right here, but then you see Bailey with his closing speed, able to tackle, slide down, hold the ankles for a short gain.
Pfizer back in there. Not a guy to easily trip up.
No, thick thighs. Big thick fella.
Nothing wrong with thick thighs.
Agreed.
Helps as a fullback and running back. Helps at that position quite a bit to be a little squatty.
Remember Maurice Jones-Drew?
Oh, yeah.
Like a bowling ball?
Sure. 5'8", 250. And off, and a bowling ball comes right back at him like a Chase Kaufman 300 game. Oh, this was a strike right down the pipe, partner.
Man, big number 51. Dad, did you teach him how to do that? We got Dad sitting next to us for number 51. We got Mom sitting in front of us.
Ooh, that form tackle. Ooh. I didn't think they taught that at the Union Lake Hawks level. All right, that's Shane Rackner. You're not claiming him? Okay.
I would.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. You can.
So he'd take his dad's Corvette, so obviously Papa's driving smooth.
Oh, boy. Good to be back in Walled Lake.
My first job ever, Mr. Bill's Restaurant here in Walled Lake. Remember that?
Oh, that was a great diner.
Yeah.
That off Ladd Road?
No, it was right there in downtown Walled Lake.
Yeah, that's not Ladd. Okay. Ooh. This is Hollywood Jones who returns it.
You're going to get a taunting penalty on number 15, Gavin Roberts. Yeah. He absolutely laid out his block, and just let him know about it. Like, hey, I knocked you down. I think that's all he said, though.
Hollywood Jones is a Davenport commit. He's headed to be a Panther. That's a fine Division II institution. in GR on the left side of the state. Let's take a look at the poll in the state of Michigan. The Division III poll. After 4 weeks of play, the AP came out with their poll today. Walled Lake Western, you'll notice, is fourth on that list. And representing this area, Detroit King, of course, number 1, despite falling. Mount Pleasant 2, a bit of a shocker there. DeWitt 3, so on and so forth. Muskegon, a team we covered and got shellacked by De La Salle, checks in at 6th, which tells you how impressive the state thinks De La Salle is. River Rouge, who's taking on St. Mary's tonight, checks in at 8th. And Carlson, who's a surprise team, just got a win off of Allen Park last weekend, now 3-0. And Lowell, a team you usually see at the top of that poll, checks in at 10th. Stay attuned after this one. Lexi Ayala will have our G's of the game, and we'll have our hat presentation following this one. Hand off to the freshman this time. Gets another carry. He's been active. It's Donovan Triplett with his 4th carry tonight.
And fun story about Donovan Triplett. He got a carry in the first half, and the overhead announcer here at Walled Lake did not give him credit. So his dad came up here at halftime and was like, hey, next time number 30 carries the ball, make sure you're giving credit to Donovan Triplett. So there you go. Triplett with the carry. And now it looks like Walled Lake Western is sending in a new quarterback. Number 17, Jackson Lippert, is going to be playing quarterback. He is a junior. Timeout first. We'll take it with him right here on the prep.
I think our most memorable moment was during the season we actually lost to Walled Lake Central before, so when we beat them in the LVC, we were just really proud of our team and it showed that we improved a lot.
The most memorable moment would probably be placing in the top 3 for varsity and JV, and that's really exciting because that just shows that we can even do better this year's LVC.
Hi, I'm here with Anna Laston. She's on the basketball team. So what was the most memorable moment of the LVC championship?
Probably getting the trophy because it was the second year that we won it in school history.
Welcome back to Walled Lake Western and Warrior Stadium. And so the 6 touchdowns by Taylor ties a couple of fellas. We have a new quarterback into the ball game. And this is number 17 for Walled Lake Western, Jackson Lippert, who also doubles as a wide receiver. So Viotto's night is over. Lippert in the gun, right side. And the touchdown, 6 of them, ties some fellas stick that were familiar to you, Walled Lake Western?
No, when we were listing off names, I thought for sure that it was one of the guys that, we were playing back in the day. But they got a couple names down there, and it's going to be interesting. Anytime you can score 6 touchdowns in a game, though, that is quite impressive. And I don't know if they're going to leave him on the field to get number 7 tonight to take the sole record. But either way, 6 touchdowns tonight for Mr. Taylor. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Jacob Probst and Kyle Bambard, thank you very much.
They used to call him Bam Bam.
I remember him. Was he not on that state championship team?
What years?
Look at the Walled Lake Western profile. Can we see that again? I want to see the Walled Lake Western profile.
It wasn't on the 96 or 99.
96 or 99? That's okay. Thank you very much. Gentlemen working really hard on the end of this. Really a good support staff here.
Yeah, 99 was all guys that I know and went to school with. 96 was close to your year and close to when my sister graduated at Western. I knew the majority of those guys as well.
This is a program at Walled Lake Western that really was revitalized under Chuck Apap.
Yeah, Mr. Apap.
In the mid-'80s.
He's in Arizona right now.
Excuse me, the early 90s is when his program started to rise.
When Mike Zadebski took it over.
Run right side. Lippert is across midfield and to the 40-yard line. Jackson takes it himself, and a big gainer by the backup QB.
And there's a flag on the play. Looks like holding coming back. But that's where you see the speed. Not only is he a quarterback, he's a defensive back as well. So you know he's got the wheels to get to the outside. Little read option there. And a nice read by him as well. making sure his blockers were out in front. You see his teammates rooting him on, too. You know, when you get a sophomore in there in these situations, the team's going nuts for him.
No doubt. Kory Cioroch having fun with it, the second-year guy, native of Huntington Woods. That's where he grew up, went to Berkeley High School, played with some good Bear teams back in the day. The Bears. We know that area.
Yes. Close to where we live now.
Yeah, we told him we flipped places. We're in your old place. Lippert in the shotgun, that was called back. So keep it here, and he's tackled for a loss. Fine play coming up, converging from the defensive backfield. That's Joe Galliard, the senior DB.
Yeah, he was able to come up and make a really nice tackle on the quarterback there. And you're seeing Jason Lippert. He wants to get in there. He wants some contact. He's ready to play right now. You're not going to get too many options as the backup quarterback for Walled Lake Western. So when you get in, definitely have some fun.
Yes, sir. Not many moments that Viotto will be stepping out. There's some close games so far this year. And Jackson getting a chance to get some minutes.
These are all important snaps for everybody. You know, some of these guys, you know, these are the snaps where you get your varsity letter. You qualify, right?
That's right. No doubt. Stick around after this one. Lexi Ayala will chat with our G of the game. 90 seconds left. Ball loose. Good say ball loose on the ground.
Joe Galliard in on that one again.
They can use some minutes.
Wasn't violent. I know the game's over, but he did not hold up, and he tackled the kid that was on the ground after your whistle.
So we'll sort it out. The Western program, though, really took off. It had been a program that had lost up until APAP took things over in the 90s. He took them over in the 80s, and then in the 90s they broke through. In 92 went to the finals and lost on a awful, one of the worst ways you can lose a football game. A long pass play that was tipped in the air and perfectly caught in stride by a Muskegon Reeds Puff wide receiver. And a play that will haunt Walled Lake Western fans forever. There's some great kids on those teams. Gillerts, Norman Garman, Derek Lindsay, many good players. Alex Gillard, Johnny Gibson, just some great names, and that's what kickstarted this program.
Yeah,
they've won
that
18 of the last 19 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that era for Walled Lake Western was a strong era, the late 90s.
Sure was. Like Zdebski now at Chandler, the #1 team in the country, I think, in high school. As time is winding down, 27 seconds left. You got to look at John Bechtel, the defensive coordinator, who's gone down to the field. You know when the defensive coordinator leaves the booth and goes down to the field, he's feeling good. There he is. There's JB. He's feeling giddy. They've reversed roles. The teacher to the pupil. And good night tonight for Walled Lake Western, who's going to win this game. South Lyon East will take a knee. And this ball game's over. As we wind down, a lot of things were revealed tonight. Maybe not a full deck of cards for South Lyon East to tell the full story, but this we know, Western's pretty good and deserving of that top 5 ranking.
Yeah, definitely. They showed tonight that they can hang with anybody. They had a little bit of adversity in that first half, but when it came time to put the pedal to the metal and put their foot down and get it done, Walled Lake Western, obviously you see, outside of that first score, they outscored them, what are we talking here, 16-51. So Walled Lake Western responded after going down early.
Sure did. He's Sam Stick Dave. My name's Chad Bush. Our G's of the game coming up right after this. We are the Prep. 51-23, Western wins it.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Welcome back to Warrior Stadium. Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Your executive producer is Alex Westfall. Lexi Ayala is our third member of the crew, and she is down on the field with the head coach of the Wall Lake Western Warriors, who were victorious tonight. Lexi, take it away with Coach Kory Cioroch.
Lexi Ayala standing right with head coach Kory Cioroch. Coach, you told me you like to play a balanced offense. However, you like more to take what the defense gives you. Well, they gave you a lot of Darius Taylor running yards. How does he get it done? How do you put him in positions to get it done?
Well, we're physical up front with our offensive line, and he is just a hell of a player. I mean, that's very obvious. We're a dynamic offense altogether because we can turn and take shots with Drew and our receivers. I'm not sure what the stats were, but I think we punted once at the end of the game.
Coach, and you told me at halftime you wanted to clean up that defense and play more sound defense in the second half. How'd you like it? You only let one in.
We played really well. Unfortunately, for them, their quarterback got hurt. We feel awful for him. He's a heck of a player, so when he came out, they were a little bit different. But we played our butts off, and we sort of hung in there, one of those tough, grinded-out defensive games, and we definitely played a lot better defensively in the second half.
And Coach, I know you have a lot of respect for the coaching staff at South Lyon East. I know you said that you two with Coach Topp play so similar. Tell me about the effort from the Cougars tonight.
They're a really good team. 11's a heck of a player. They find different ways to get him the ball. They run power offense like we do, and they're physical. They do a really good thing with formations and moving around, and that's a really well-coached football team that we just beat. So a lot of respect for them.
Coach, still undefeated. What's the game plan going on to the rest of the season?
Go take a deep breath for 24 hours and then go get after Milford next week.
Mondays over Fridays, right?
Amen. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Darius, we got some great players right here. G-Brand, G's of the game. We got to give you guys the hats. Here it is. Here it is. Darius, player of the games, right here. Darius, you tied the school record a second time this season, 6 touchdowns. How do you manipulate that defense? You go inside and out. How do you do it?
I mean, really, it's just practice. I mean, my coach, Coach Brunson, we work all day, every day, so I'm just prepared to do whatever I have to do.
And what do you have to say about your teammate here who gave it all and helped you get the job done?
My boy Drew was getting the job done. He was getting me down the field most of the times on the pass plays, so I was just punching them in for us.
Drew, and both of you guys going to Minnesota together, talk about getting to go to play Big Ten with one of your best friends.
Oh, yeah, it's a great opportunity to play at the next level with him. Obviously, he's a great player. We all saw that tonight, so, it's super exciting to play with my teammate at the next level.
Drew, the offense got it done every which way possible. How are you able to control that offense and get this win?
I mean, I'm just a game manager, but it really starts up front with our offensive line. I mean, those guys work hard every day, so they were controlling their defensive line, and they really didn't have an answer for us.
And Darius, I need to hear a shout-out to the defense. They got the job done, only let 23 on the board.
Oh, yeah, my defense did their thing, and also my O-line. They got it done for me today, for real.
What's the message for the rest of the season?
We're gunning for that state championship. We're coming for it.
Going for it. All right, you guys heard it here first. Chad, back up to you.
Stats. Thanks so much, Lexi Ayala, with our 2 players of the game, our G's of the game. And how could you not give the G of the game to Darius Taylor? All he did was put 250 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns in the game. And Drew Viotto was sharp as well, 6 of 10, 104 yards, a touchdown. He didn't need to do much. It's been a story of most of their games is the ground game is so solid. What's to like about these 2 young men who are going to be teammates at Minnesota? Fittingly, there are 2 G's of the game.
What not to like? And then let's not discredit Drew Viotto's 10 yards on the ground as well. Combined, they had 260, and Drew Viotto can hang his hat on that. Wow. Combined, we went for 260. But honestly, I mean, what more can you say about Darius Taylor? I mean, we saw him do it in every facet of the game. Really impressed with his between the tackles running because he looks kind of like a sleeker, smaller running back, but he has the power to just drive through that line of scrimmage and get those first downs. And then you look over with Viotto. He didn't pass it often, but he was very accurate. And once he was able to set his feet, and the one pass, I believe it was 35 yards, he was just able to lace that all the way down to Boyce. And that was an absolutely beautiful throw. But between these 2, Walled Lake Western has a 2-headed monster that the rest of the state is going to have to try to figure out.
They do. They've got it going on. And I don't know many quarterback-running back combos that are much better. Taylor plunges in here. It was one of his 6 that made it 21-17 with that touchdown there. And again, one of 6 touchdowns in the contest. Plunges in here. Fine blocking, a lot of individual effort. 28-17 after that score. And another look here. Just a great effort by the O-line and the fight to get in the end zone. And Walled Lake Western just dominant offensively. They want to have this tough physical run game. I think they had it tonight.
Yeah, and here's that nice run where he breaks to the outside. Even with a cramp, he was able to beat the defenders into the end zone. And to me, this next touchdown was probably his most impressive run. This is where he goes outside, he sees the lane and cuts back. Look at this cutback right there. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, when you have speed, a lot of players just depend on that speed to beat you to the edge, beat you to the edge, beat you to the edge. He wants to challenge people right up the middle, and there it was to tie the school record that he set earlier in the year.
Darius Taylor with 4 touchdowns in the second half. School record 6 touchdowns in totality. Western wins it 51-23 over South Lyon Eastern. They've won all 7 contests against South Lyon East. Now, look, they come into this now moving forward, a new quarterback situation. We don't know the extent of the injury with Campo, but he was solid in this game. In fact, he got them going early. It's a huge loss, but we saw enough of him to really see how impressive and why he's such a good leader. 4 of 4 in the game for 90 yards and a touchdown, which got him on top early.
Yeah, and it wasn't just his passing stats. Look at his rushing stats. 8 attempts, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well. So that was really the dual threat that was keeping Walled Lake Western kind of on their heels on defense, making sure that South Lyon East could do whatever they wanted and call whatever they wanted. Because for the first half, they were just trading touchdowns and trading scores until Campo went out when it was 17-14, and it just turned into a whole different game.
It sure did. 288 yards of passing offense, total rushing yards in the game. 392 total yards to 258. Western with the advantage. And a pretty clean game in this one regarding turnovers and such. But Western too much. It was a 17-14 lead at one point. And so South Lyon East, again, the game changed after Campo was knocked out of the game early in the second. Hey, we had a great time tonight in week 4. We've got one update to get you to before we get out of here. De La Salle has just scored a touchdown. It's a Rhett Rutrow touchdown, 42-35, with under 8 minutes to go in the game. Thank you very much. And that is a game that perhaps we'll see one of those teams next week. We don't know where we're going next week, but we've got some option, a lot of fun to be had. Want to thank this wonderful crew and all the fine folks for making this broadcast possible. First, we want to thank the athletic director, Sarah Facemeyer, and Ali Hamka from Walled Lake Western. And we want to thank the South Lyon East folks as well, Greg Michaels, the fine AD, and Jacob Topp, their head coach, and also, of course, Wags with his hard work coming into the contest. So want to thank our crew as well, starting with our executive producer, Alex Westfall, Robert Sherby, your technical director, Chase Kaufman on replay, your associate producer, Evan Westfall on graphics, Matt Schwartz on audio tonight, Rob Sarna on a camera, Chad Wilk also on a lockdown camera, Brad Ross moving around down there, doing great work on camera too, and Christian Armani Rose, who's on the all-name team on the prep already in just his third contest here. Rounds out our camera crew, a very talented one. We also want to thank Sam Fisher, also known as Fish on the Parabolic Operation Mike, doing great work. Also, Dima, the man known just as Dima, is down on the sideline coordinating things, drawing up plays, and we thank him for his efforts. James Ferris, your creative director. Julia Pisano, your photographer, creative specialist. Pat the Stat, one half of the Stat Combo. Jamie Janssen on stats as well. On the sidelines, Lexi Ayala. On color, my pal to my left, Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. One more time from Walled Lake, your final score tonight. Walled Lake Western 51, and they stay on top of the LVC. The top team, South Lyon East, takes their first L of the season, 51-23. We'll talk to you next week from Parts Unknown. Stick around. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.